Hello everyone, welcome back to Dark Heresy. Last time, the warband descended upon Halemnet. Had a nice chat with the sysadmin, and got permission to bring a battalion of soldiers down. Not as many as you wanted. You wanted, like, an entire regiment, because you're maniacs.
Well, it turned out the whole regiment, or the whole battalion, has been useful. I mean, look at what we're dealing with now.
Yeah.
Really, I should have started with the entire Lupine Guard from both our ships and Reeves Stormtrooper Brigade, and then got talked down to a regiment. But you know, I thought a battalion would be fine.
And it probably is.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be fine.
It might not be. You may get hilariously ruffle-stomped by the Milton Knox.
Pretty unlikely, but it could happen, especially if I roll like dog shit, like I was most of yesterday or last session, except for that one time I rolled a 1.
But they're perfectly reasonable, rational actors. They aren't going to get in a fight with you anyway.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, the fact that their troops are congealing on your entry point, it's just standard procedure.
The most worrying thing is that Brave seems to think so as well. And it is, because we're fucking rock traders. I wouldn't trust this.
Yeah. It absolutely is just standard procedure.
So that's why I had 7 more.
I mean, you might have been rumbled. They might have decided to come and kill you. They might just be killing you anyway. Or maybe they're just following procedure. It's impossible to say at this moment.
It'll be impossible to say until they start shooting us, because frankly, who understands the mind of a heretic?
I do.
So do I, but shut up.
Yeah. Yes, fellow heretics often do.
I am nothing but heresy.
You are becoming more heretical day by day, yes.
I'm a woman in the 40k universe. By lore, I'm heretical.
Actually, there are plenty of...
Not quite.
No, that's just not true at all. Actually,
It is not true
very
at all.
patriarchal at all, frankly.
Yeah.
Just because you can't become a fucking autistic space marine doesn't mean you
Yeah,
be
and you can
oppressed.
be
Calm
obsessed for
down.
battle, which is way cooler. You get miracles.
Or just
And
be
then
a
just
lieutenant in the
constantly
guard.
be eaten.
Look, just because the writers of the fucking
you can
fiction are misogynist doesn't mean the universe is. We ignore that. That's not canon anymore.
That is specifically what I was referencing.
Yeah. Other than Ponareff no longer having intestines, you put them back inside. He's just
I've made his intestinal system more efficient by reducing the total distance that things need to travel through them.
What do the way the distance work? That is actually worse.
Look,
you turned him into a furry.
Yeah, that way when his lizard and my lizard get on him, then they just meet right in the middle. Little boop.
oh my fucking god. I was about to say how give him an emotional support plasma gun, but now I'm regretting everything.
Look, our last gift master was fine.
Turn into a furry. Hold their slow.
Well, I mean, look at this champion of the Imperium right here. Just because he, choked on the knot a few times, doesn't make him any less of a hero.
God bless Graves.
Considering Graves, it's just an
It
endorsement
was.
of anything.
Jesus Christ.
I was, in fact, defending the furry.
Oh my god.
Graves is the best. So, which gun are we giving Bob? By the way, let's make sure we actually... Okay.
The Sentinel.
I will retain my heavy bolter then, just in case. I will, however, switch back to the halberd.
Oh.
Okay, so I get the. So I get the plasma gun. Was there any other things that plasma guns can do?
Overcharge?
Not this one.
Oh, not that one.
Oh,
Not this
This
one.
one.
that's surprising.
Not this one. Trust me, you don't
Well,
want to
no,
overcharge this one.
Hey, most plasma guns can anyway.
This is not
That
most
is
plasma
fair.
guns.
Fucking precious architect. You better watch it. If anything happens to it, I'm fucking gonna cry about it.
He's gonna go full dwarf fortress, and whenever they're in melee, he's just gonna club them with it.
I mean, that's fine. That's probably what I would do if I got in melee.
That is why I have a power weapon.
Oh.
Anyway, speaking of our positioning and armament, shall we zip to the map? Or...
Just a moment. Alright. And yes, shall put you back on this map for now. So, the fighting is done. The mandrakes have been defeated. Everything is totally fine. Ponareff is not haunted by vampires. Honest.
Keep their fingers away from me.
Oh, you'll be fine. We got plenty of blood to spare.
He actually doesn't, but we can't really do much about that without a hospital. Do try not to get hurt again, sir.
Okay. I'm hoping we don't run into another ambush like that. I don't think I can dodge that luckily again. I didn't make a habit of dodging highly fast projectiles that come out of nowhere. I actually would have been got there. So I think we need to slow it down, unfortunately. But I'm worried. If I enter the shadows and try not to get ambushed again, they'll tear apart one of the legions that get caught in it.
If you enter the shadows, that just means you'll bump into them in the shadows.
You know, for a brief moment, I had a horrible alternative in my head.
Go ahead.
Endeavor! How are you in melee?
You're kidding me.
Yes, I am of course kidding. We're not sending Endeavor in there.
Well, it seems like I'm just gonna have to keep leading the charge.
Yes, that is why we have you, our impenetrable bulwark.
Oh god, I'm getting
I'm more
nervous just
untouchable
thinking
than
about it.
impenetrable.
And you won't get penetrated if you don't get touched. So, fine, just go. Go.
Alright.
As we're getting ready to go, so we're leaving our heavy weapons company behind to like choke this point in case the Nox come after us. So Juno's the regiment that's with us is Augie's personal guard, who we've probably been around for well over a year and a half by this point, on and off. I think that's good enough reason for Juno to, probably know most of the NCOs by name at this point. She's going to pick whoever from any of the squads we have that she knows to be the most capable of bullshitting. Just whichever one is the most fast-talking, charismatic motherfucker we have. She's going to leave him behind with the company here. And his job is to delay the Nox as long as possible. I don't know if it'll help, but we might as well try.
Fair enough.
Just keep them talking. And then we go.
Give me a second. I'm going over my talents to see if there's anything I can't do here. But my throat. No. Yep, I'm just gonna have to keep going forward. All right.
Vamonos.
Oh god, now I'm nervous for Endeavor. What happens if we get flanked?
Well, I can't do everything, unfortunately.
There are plenty of stormtroopers behind her. I'm just not putting those down because Jesus
There
Christ.
are roughly 900
Okay,
of
that's
them,
good.
plus whatever Reeve and Endeavor brought.
Also, I really shouldn't be nervous about Endeavor because she should be able to take care of herself.
Should, yes.
I just can't help it.
I don't trust an NPC I can't control either, but, it's fine. She has, I'm sure a stealth
is
suit
Tao.
is at least, 15 soak, right?
Lamau.
Right, Chris? Right?
It
Okay,
has
so
8.
it's worse than my
It's a
power
stealth
armor.
suit.
Actually, no, it's the same as my power.
Her total soak is 12.
Alright, she has...
Yeah, I was about to say, it's a
She
Tau
does
stealth
have
armor.
2 more soak than Juno, so that's nice.
Oh no.
And I have 18. I have 19 everywhere but my chest, which is 20.
Amy, go.
Hooray for being a mechanicus.
Yeah, I got 12 soak too everywhere except for my head, which is 13 because of the face.
Nice. Yeah, as you head further into the cave, you can see a lot of strange crystal formations poking out of walls.
no.
Some have white material around the base that looks pretty similar to the wraithbone you encountered in what's his name in Maguire's vault.
Broadband scan with best quality aspects.
Okay, what? Just a general scan or scanning something in particular?
Not the crystals. I'm doing a general scan for, wisps and stuff like that. The best quality ones can, in fact, detect warp essences.
Don't die.
Yeah. I'm trying not to. It's hard.
You detect nothing.
I will also just make a perception test real quick. Awareness. With ears. The ears are a plus 10, right? Or are they plus 20? Pretty sure they were just plus 10. I wrote it down somewhere. Give me a second.
I don't think Casa has a best quality aspects. I think she says a normal one.
God damn it. Here.
So,
Alright.
I am sad.
Sure. It is composed of alien crystal. It is about what she would expect from an alien crystal.
is there a chemical or other component of it that seems inherently dangerous? Like, is it poisonous? Well,
For your soul, maybe.
Yes, if you ate it, it would probably
I
kill
would expect
you.
that for most crystals, to be fair.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But yeah, just it is not emitting any dangerous chemicals.
psionically active to Juno's special eyes.
It's it's difficult because yes, but only when she focuses on them.
Fascinating. They're like psychic mirrors, almost. They only become charged when I look at them. It just kind of crouches down next to one, quirks her
That's
head to the side.
concerning.
Interesting.
Hmm. Peculiar.
Tell me when to move
Oh,
forward.
yes, go ahead. I was just lolling about waiting for you.
Oh, right. Hmm. At least this hall is closed off. Look back. Do we want to go down this route? Out of character? Or say that so I'm not at least attracting everybody to me?
That is indeed the path.
Okay.
Let's try and maintain some degree of formation. Narcia, Endeavor, everyone.
But I feel so much
I
safer
would
back
too,
here.
but yet I also have grown balls. Come along.
How fucking dare you?
Ponareff,
Pointing out the obvious.
Ponareff informs you that they are very sneaky.
Yes, that's why we're all hiding behind Amelie. But beyond that, we should keep moving. We have limited time.
What?
Come along, ducklings.
He's
Alright, just give me a moment.
I'm just waiting for you guys to.
This is far more difficult than you would think.
I'm just waiting. I ain't got nothing.
Oh my god.
Alright. Eclectic noms on a crystal. She seems stronger somehow.
Fascinating.
Neat.
You don't know where that's been.
Incorrect. It has been in my mouth. It is very tasty.
Oh my god, you have a sense of humor too? Oh, that was. Oh god, that was actually funny.
The fuck?
Excuse me, I'm not used to this.
It's,
She grins.
Eclectic Eloa, if you would stick by Amelie's rear. No, that's asking a lot, but
What?
Her rear is not sticky at present. We can fix that.
please no.
She wiggles her eyebrows at you.
I'm just moving at 5 foot squares, just like
Weird.
normal.
Yeah.
You're right.
So, this is the part where you can just stop. It's
Oh,
other
okay.
map time.
Oh,
Thank
okay.
God.
Yay!
yay.
And someone, where the fuck? All right, I know where to do.
So, there is an issue with other map. You're a very chunky
Why, yes, we are.
Aren't we just?
It's
are one of
fine.
the
You can just
chunkiest.
leave Endeavor and
You-
Reeve and one of the... I guess not one of the... Yeah, one of the Stormies. Ponareff can hang with us until they have room.
No, I feel safe being left behind too. I like being left behind.
Alright.
The only PC we're leaving behind is Ceiko. And that's
Suggestion.
because it doesn't matter where he is. He just, A, can kill someone, and B, will die anyway. So, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Leaving some people just off at the side does mean you do not protrude literally halfway into the map.
Yep, it's okay. We'll come in 2+ waves.
Right. Now just... Okay, I've got lighting turned on. Did I... Yes, I did remember to actually draw it.
That's good.
So, the caverns continue, the winding depths There's a general trend downward. And after a while, your direction changes. Instead of heading north, you've looped around to start heading south again. But now beneath where you initially were. The depths of Halaminate continue till finally Amelie. You reach a side passage. You can see hints of architecture, and further ahead, more crystal, bigger crystals. So, what do now? You have seen architecture.
Juno is going to
I creep forward
focus her
carefully.
senses down this hallway just to make sure there aren't any mandrakes lurking in the side passage.
I too shall try and
I
weigh this
can-
once more.
I can make a servo scan. Tech use. Any negative modifiers, Merzendi?
No, you are perfectly able to make the attempt. Alright. If there are any there, their concealment is so cunning that they would be indetectable by any means.
Oh, and I did have a question. Did you say that these guys had the demonic trait?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Good thing I have sanctified ammunition.
I know, right?
I, in fact, have 2 drums, which is 400 rounds.
Nice. Do I need to roll anything for specializing?
No, but
Okay.
the answer is the same. If there is one there, its concealment is so great, you cannot see it. This means there
Yeah.
probably isn't one there.
Just, sometimes
But only
sometimes
probably.
psychic energy, might not get picked up. I don't know.
No, it's true. Like Merzendi once pointed out, Eloa is largely immune to a lot of psychic mind stuff, but on the other side of the token, a lot of psychic mind stuff can get past her.
Mm-hmm.
That's why
Now-
she wasn't able to scan Frank.
Yes, there are some things that are just above and beyond the technological solutions. They are rare, but they exist.
Once again, cast the old peepers this way as we go.
Alright. Once more, you do not detect Mandrake.
Honestly, it's...
Merzendi, help.
Where'd you go?
I have no clue.
That's all right. I went over here.
You went into a wall!
I
Wait,
don't know
wait.
how. How am I
Oh.
doing this? I can't move my character.
I thought you were
There's-
talking to me.
Every time I move my character, the screen moves too.
Oh, yeah, that'll
What
happen.
even is it?
Oh, interesting.
Yes, Amelie, you have discovered architecture. Congratulations, you may now progress to the classical era.
Yay!
There are
Ah,
crystals there.
And into the wall you go again.
Oh, this is the most twisted.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
How do I stop this? I'm not.
Just
I'm reloading.
stop.
Why? Why, Merzendi? Why?
Gonna
Move me in with the stormtroopers. I'm not way over
do
here.
another tech use on these crystals because they are in the middle of a structure,
There
and
we
that
go.
seems that is objectively different than what we've encountered before.
All right. Yeah. The composition of these ones is slightly different. The crystal itself is the same, but Casa can detect on the inside a strand of wraith bone.
Eclectic, there's wraith bone in these crystals. Look.
How interesting. I hypothesize this indicates we are extremely close to our goal.
Crystal formations like this normal near a webway.
I do not think so, but I may be mistaken.
Juno will glance back at Reeve.
And let's make his Eldar roll.
And before the... Oh, no, he didn't fail this time.
No. This is an abnormality, but there is much about the webway we simply do not know. The Eldar are jealous with its secrets.
Oh, I think my Vanguard team has found what we're looking for. Back this way, everyone.
Before you go, though, Savin, a question. Is Juno focusing
Why,
on those
yes.
crystals?
Juno is also, like, pondering these great structures.
Alright. There is a psionic pulsing in them. There is just actual activity, as if power were being channeled.
These crystals appear to be using some sort of psychic ability. We mean you no harm,
That
Mr.
doesn't
Crystal.
sound good.
Please don't be alarmed.
How very
I
convincing.
don't know how to talk to a crystal. What do you want from me? Juno will, as she's saying this, like, reach a hand out and try and channel good feelings towards it.
So this is how you become. So this is how you become a crystal mommy.
You may mean the crystal no harm, but does the crystal mean you no harm?
I would hope so, strange voice.
Do not mind me, little mortal things.
Juno's gonna look around like, is anyone else hearing that? Okay.
Everyone can hear this.
Juno's gonna glance up. We are here to negotiate for access to the webway. Please, can we speak face to face?
Very well.
Oh, hello.
From the shadow steps a figure, all black, except when it grins and then it glows from a dozen runic tattoos and from its glowing green teeth.
You did. It was creepy as shit.
It was so cool.
Nice.
So, are we going into initiative, or is this thing not actually just slashing at my goons?
It's grinning at
Okay.
you.
No.
Are you
It's
shooting
very-
it?
Amelie goes, I like your tattoos.
I like your ears.
Thank you.
But more, I like the taste of your friend's blood.
Well, you can't have that. I'm kind of here to stop that.
Well, that's no fun.
Actually, it's a lot of fun. For me specifically.
So are they? So is it
Yeah, we
speaking
can all
all
hear
of
this.
us?
Yes.
No, it's right
it's
in
over
front of
there. Okay.
you.
Yeah.
It's in this square right here.
Amelie will
Oh,
take a
this
step back
thing.
in case
Oh.
anybody wants to funnel out, so they're not like right
It's
next to him.
Oh.
Yeah, so we'll disengage.
Oh, so you're the Edelweiss.
Juno's gonna put a hand up, stop this from getting out of control. I am Juno of the House of Andric. I've come to ask permission to access the webway, that we might save this sector of the galaxy from falling into the warp, to the machinations of the archenemy. I think that's something all three of our races would prefer to avoid.
The arch enemy.
You know,
How fancy.
Reeve will, or Juno will glance at Reeve. What is the name for them in the Eldari tongue, Lord?
she who thirsts.
Oh yes, including her.
Yes, he will supply the Eldar word. Also see he's got his pistols drawn, though he's not shooting it yet.
Yet. The Drukhari PTSD should be kicking in.
Well, very well. The webway is here. Go right ahead, Juno of House Andric.
That's a trap and a half if I've ever seen one.
Oh.
Just like that.
Do not mind the soul-devouring spiders.
Ah, there's the catch.
What about the clowns? I heard there are clowns there. I want to see the clowns.
Ah, yes, the painted children of Kegorak.
Sorry, but if we have to fight clowns, I can't protect you guys.
That's the most concerning thing I've heard all day.
Oh, don't worry.
They swallow swords. I don't know how to deal with that.
I mean, fair enough, I suppose.
I have a plan in mind.
So you don't mind if we're fighting this, but oh, okay, goodbye. Thank you for being reasonable.
Juno, you know nothing of the
I-
Drukhari. You sweet
Not that I
summer child.
particularly want to. I just want to get through the webway.
Seems like a fair deal. We fight a few spiders, we get the webway.
Once the laughing thing is gone, just gonna like lean over to Reeve. What do you think?
Well, we do not have to worry about Polnareff's blood. We can use all of the red flags to mop it up.
Well, that's a fair statement.
Well, Amy, if you'd care to take point, I think we're going to be encountering more of those spider creatures, and that at least you can deal with.
I assume we're going eastward now.
Yeah, it's directly south
Yes.
now. But yeah.
Reeve, I got a
Alright.
question for you, Reeve.
Yes?
So, in the other planet, the mining planet, with the Drukhari on it, were they also like this? Do they always just squat in dark caves and menace people?
Essentially.
That is extraordinary. I had not expected such wisdom from such an ancient and venerable race such as the Eldar to be terrorizing Imperial citizens inside of dark caves.
My uncle did.
What did your uncle do?
He was a wise old
Oh.
sage.
In
Oh,
a
that was a
cave,
joke.
I assume.
Yes. Really, he was just a little crazy. But he gave good advice and, cooked the mean chili. So he didn't get... So people didn't mind going to his cave to visit.
That's respectable, I suppose.
Okay, and now Amelie has crossed the threshold.
Into the Spider-Verse.
Yay, how it's
All right.
Yes. So you step into this room. There is very big crystal. It's surrounded by littler crystals. And as you come a little bit closer, it is indeed spider time.
Ah, I see. I step into the spider. That is not inaccurate to real life.
That's a zoomy.
My god, Casa is fucking eager to get this going. Fuck the Xenos.
I mean, no, that's more your prerogative, frankly.
well, someone has to incapacitate them first. Can't fuck them like this. They'll bite me.
I'm sure Endeavor will be gentle.
And I don't need to worry about Endeavor. She's very well house trained.
It's not a term I would ever use. Okay. As soon as we see these spiders, does my Stormy's ready to action go off to huck a psychic grenade? Sweet.
Yes. Well, grab your
Sweet.
your
I believe I now have
templates.
control over stormtroopers, so that's nice. I don't know how to roll their attacks, but I can certainly roll BS to throw a grenade. Amazing.
Yeah, just
Let's see, what's your strength, buddy? 4. So it's... Ah, yes, Plasma Friend, I will need you shortly, don't you worry. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, like... Actually... Perfect. And then we miss.
okay. So, have I got everyone? I've got the 2 spiders. I've got Brave, Endeavor, Stormies, Eclectic. Yes. I'll put you on already.
Oh boy! He's zooming! That's a...
That's a
on
fucking
a
one.
1d5, no less.
Yeah. He yeah. Just Eldar
Just
things.
Eldar things.
I see.
I love Hallway Chan. Don't you guys love Hallway Chan?
Indeed,
Yeah.
it funnels my enemies for one-on-one combat.
Well, you're not quite in Hallway Chan for that to happen, but
Yes. So, Eclectic is up first. Charging a spider is probably a bad idea.
probably.
But it's literally
She has a
already-
force field now. I'm sure she'll be fine.
No M. It is a charge attack. And it's a big spider. But actually. No, she won't charge. She'll just move up and lightning attack it. She has enough movement to do that, so.
Delightful.
Yeah. It is a big spider and it is in melee, so she gets a bonus. Actually, what size category are the spiders? 6. So yes, it's plus 20.
Oh my god, that's a fucking 97. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, fortunately, she has 2 hands.
Wait, holy shit!
Unfortunately.
Ponareff is ready for combat before I am.
Ponareff is finished
Ponareff
with this
almost got
bullshit.
dissected.
Yeah, I mean, shit. Ponareff got bisected last round. He's already ready. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. To be fair, I was in front of you the last combat too. Was
Yes.
I? Yeah, I think I was.
But now you're back with vengeance. The Metal Gear song is playing in your head.
Wait,
dun, dun, dun,
the
dun,
fire team has more agility than me? Okay, now I'm developing a complex.
I know.
No, it's just sorted them before you at random.
Okay, so
For
roll 20,
20.
he sorting did hate
Yeah.
me that time.
Yeah, the sorting isn't based on anything. It's purely random.
Okay, so all my superstitions have been proven wrong.
Okay. So she gets 5 hits. As it flickers around her and she just keeps grabbing. Uh, 14, so it turns to 9. So.
Good job, Eclectic.
She grabs the spider until its heart falls out. Ponareff.
I can't see shit, Captain.
No.
I suggest Overwatch.
Okay.
That might be a good idea for his survival.
Yeah. All right. Sure. I'll use the Overwatch action to guard. Guess it would end up just being on this side. Which way did the
That way.
Eclectic go?
She went east.
Okay. I think I can get this way. It's like a weird angle for
I mean,
Overwatch.
you'd
though,
want
ain't
to
it?
get like this. I mean, you can also just. I mean, do you occupy all of the squad spaces while you're hiding in them, or are you actually in your square? Okay.
You're in your square.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I could sort of get down
Yeah,
here.
that's fine.
That could work.
Like these squares.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright.
All right. Well, Casa, can you actually see this thing? Looks like it. All right.
Yep.
Well, let's just do a normal shot. We're gonna actually spend a free action to give Eloa a plus 10 to hit. We can pass a tech use test, which we can, sure. All right. Then half action for herself to aim, which will give her plus 20, and then we roll to hit.
It is a spider. It does have a minus
That
30 to
is
shoot.
fine. So it'll be a minus 20 total, but it's a blast weapon, so frankly, who cares? I hit it. Boop.
Yep. It has the decency to stay in the time
Wow.
stream this time.
All right. And then we roll damage. Did I roll enough successes on that hit roll? Yeah, I think I can upgrade that to another 3 damage.
Yep, so 22 pin
Nice.
8. So it takes... It takes a
Yeah,
moderate
I think
hour.
that's pretty good for a non-combat character.
Yep. Amy is a spider.
There is a spider. As far as I know, Eclectic is taking care of the other one. So I'm going to take care of this one.
Eclectic is currently eating its heart.
Okay, yeah, she's fine. She's having a good time over there.
Yeah.
Let's lightning attack this one. I will attack with my claws first, just because to wean it down for the actual magic sword that can most likely kill it. I think Killer's Mind is once per combat. Either way, I will just no aim, because I have to lightning attack twice.
Knowing is half the battle.
And then best.
As you
Ah,
are in melee, you... Wow, nice.
I should have just used Calamus on that.
Jesus Christ.
Alright, so how many actual hits have you got?
That is 7.
You have a weapon skill bonus of 7?
Yes.
Jesus.
Nice. Four hits go through as it flicks back and forth between this reality and one where it's eating you.
It must have to flick a lot of times to find that one. Because
It
that was just
does.
the first one. All right, 1, 2, 3, and a 4.
It's dead. I'm at least I'm
I
pretty
mean, if
sure.
it's not dead from that, it will be dead from the rest of them.
Yes. That's the first 2 attacks, and then the third one. You too can
Would
claim
you like to
Spider
eat it?
Heart.
I don't think I have the same metabolism Eclectic does. She can get anything and get away with it.
It is big and crystalline, so you would probably have a hard time chewing.
But also just because these things are blinking in and out of existence. All right. I believe it is, what is Assassin Strike? Is it all my movement or half? Is it a half a move?
It's your normal
So
half
your
move.
speed.
Okay, yes. I'll step back. Just in case.
I appreciate this.
All right, it's fighting. Well,
Watch.
they'll follow Polareff's. Okay, sure. They can Overwatch.
You
But
know,
yeah.
just in case, because we don't know if they're gonna circle around us.
So Ponareff, you had an Overwatch.
Yeah. Yes.
Would you like to make that now?
Oh,
Oh. Yeah.
From the central crystal. There's no process to it. It is simply there in an instant. As if it always had been. A great spider, larger even than the ones before, and crackling with psionic and temporal energies.
No aim. Short range.
Yep, there is. Actually, did. Yes, there is a -30 to shoot it.
Okay. And it's do I only get one shot, or is it like I could do a full or semi?
I believe you can do any attack type your gun is capable of.
I think I'm just gonna have to do one hit. Good try. Two, then another -20. don't think I actually gained any actual bonuses to actually hit things, though. Well, I could use inescapable. Nah, I have a feeling I should do okay.
All right.
Does it have a?
It do,
Okay.
and yes, your shot just ceases.
Okay. I have a feeling that was wise of me to only use one shot on that.
Mhm. Well, if we're shooting, it's shooting.
Oh, nice.
So everyone who isn't named Eloa or Eclectic, the spider's maw opens
I feel like
and
the wall.
entropy itself spills forth.
Oh god, does it go through walls?
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
It
Yeah.
spurts just a cloud, a stream, a beam of corrosive time.
Now, question: as I am,
Oh no.
I forget. Do I actually have a 10-foot reach in this game, or is it just still 5?
It's still adjacent.
Okay. So I cannot
I
parry
don't,
this.
I don't think you can parry a
No.
spray attack regardless.
it's a
I mean, she
flamethrower.
could theoretically punch its head so it instead of spraying this way, like head punch. Oh no, it's now spraying this.
That would be
this
extremely
wall.
useful.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I put back to my same spot instead of one
Yep.
right in front of me.
Alas.
Merzendi, what is point
It's
blank
within
range?
2 meters. So,
Actually, wouldn't I still be right here? Because I started the
and
combat
where
right
you
here.
put yourself.
That's where you moved yourself to. So
How does that
works
work?
as you drop yourself on the map.
you moved yourself there.
You moved there. Yeah.
So
All right.
yeah, you just assassin striked backwards a step.
Yeah, I'm
but
sorry. I was confused because of the whole 4 squares, so I don't know which one counts as my original square when moving thing.
So we're rolling dodge or
Moving on, though. I'm gonna dodge that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's time to start doing agility rolls.
so raw agility and
please.
not the dodge skill, correct?
Oh my god.
Correct. This is a
Okay.
spray attack.
Man, I hate that distinction, but okay.
I'm going
Casa.
to re-roll that with a fate.
Oh, good job,
Wait, do I have
Casa.
anything that
You
lets me
did
roll
it.
a failed dodge test?
Juno.
Ooh, just barely.
Whoa. Good job, Juno.
I don't.
Do you want me to roll for the Stormies?
Okay.
Okay.
That would help, yes.
Oh,
It says point blank is
Is
3
it?
meters.
okay. Fair enough.
Hmm.
Close group, far group, of course. Wish I had gotten a turn so I could have.
Well, did you?
No, it doesn't, Stray. When
But
a
it said
captain
when I
makes a
looked-
ranged attack against a target that is 2 meters away or closer, the target is at point blank range.
The thing said
Is
wrong
the
when I
book
looked.
just contradicting itself
Be
again?
surprised.
I mean, it does that a lot, to be fair.
Alright,
Whatever.
so, I need to do Reeve. Yes, he has leaping dodge, so he can.
That's nice. Of course.
He'll buy in. And Endeavor. So she'll buy in.
So it's
Being aged.
just
bad.
aiming at my Stormies that fail, huh?
Did Narcia do a
No.
roll?
A run? I'm not sure if I can make it, to be
Oh.
honest. I'm afraid to click
It's
the
okay.
button.
Yeah, you're fine. See?
What the fuck?
Bitch.
See?
Okay, I guess I'm not getting destroyed. What the shit?
So, good news is it really does not do much
Do we get
damage.
that?
Bad news is
Do we
it's
get that
close.
dodge step like we talked about in the? Okay. I'll just
Yes.
roll that for the stormies real quick.
Where would I have to move to be out of
That's
range?
a good question. I don't think. Really,
Because I might just get hit anyways. Got full movement.
You don't actually need to on the initial agility. If you pass that, you're fine. Yeah, the stormies are actually fucked.
well,
They
closer ones. These
they
guys
can't.
could.
There isn't
these guys
anywhere
could
to
get out.
dodge to. Yeah, I guess
And
they
hey,
could.
it's half of them surviving is better than none of them surviving.
Yeah. So. It's pretty good. Corrosive is only at 2, so Amy, the value of your armor is reduced by 2.
Wait, I thought I
Rolled a
dodged it.
99.
Did you?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I re-rolled.
Oh, yeah,
Did you
you did.
honestly think I wasn't gonna re-roll a 99 with a fake?
Look, I
What the
didn't
fuck,
see
guys?
it. It's-
I didn't see the reroll, so I just
Okay.
assumed you'd failed again.
I must have been muted when I said now I'm re-rolling that.
makes sense.
Yeah.
So
You sure you don't just want to
that does
resign
not
to fate?
get through the
Yeah, no,
Stormy's
I
armor,
reset
but I
the
will
fate.
put a little 2 damage armor marker on them. Or actually, there we
Damn,
go. That's my usual sunder.
Also, I never know if that 2 armor is gonna make the difference between me being dead or
It
alive.
very well could in this case.
Alright. Endeavor. It's
Yay, we actually get to see a Tau shoot something.
Alright. Aim. It's at short range. Let's do semi-auto because there's a whopping great negative, and full auto would just miss. Well, a hit. The beam was never fired.
It chooses to exist in a world where Endeavor's gun jammed.
Yep. Reeve. Well, let's do the plasma pistol first. Let's put the aim bonus on that. I'll buy in. Because
You gotta look
Yeah.
cool for your underlings, I understand. Oh.
not that it helps. As it turns out, the spider prefers timelines where you all suck.
I would too if I were the spider.
Joke's on you. I'm gonna take you to a timeline where we're friends.
That's my job.
It is. I'm just going to get
Oh.
there through violence.
Reeve fills the air with bullet. The bullet have no effect. Ceiko.
All right.
I'm gonna beat them with the power of
There's
friendship.
a lot of people to shoot past, but I'm gonna shoot past.
DCL, stop playing Elden Ring.
Yeah. Combat takes a while.
Not that long.
That should be 120, but that doesn't make a difference.
No.
I mean, it's not like I'm gonna do anything. I just wanted to check over my weapons.
Yeah,
That's a pass, huh?
Yeah, it is. Spider is just refusing damage.
This is really uncool of you right
Hey.
now.
Yeah, fuck you.
Wait,
Step. Your -30 no longer means anything to me.
I mean, it cancels out for positive 30, but yes, ultimately it's time to suffer.
Cognitive awakening means that I have a half aim.
And a +10 from
Nice.
Casa.
Which offsets my full auto.
oh boy.
Alright, so thanks to the magical bullshit that is Storm, that's a lot of hits.
And it's sanctified ammunition.
Well, let's see. Well, as is to be expected from a 50-50, half of your shots are sent to alternate timelines where they do not have any bearing on the spider's life. The other shots hit the spider. Congratulations. You've made it sad.
I don't know how many that is then. Is that 4?
5.
5 hits?
Yep.
Oh boy.
Alright, and now it's dead.
Feel like probably not.
We did it.
Let's see. So,
How do I even roll Righteous Fury on these things?
I
Yeah.
assume Tasha's doing a Tosh.
My
That's
mute button failed
1d10.
for no reason.
Yeah.
Sorry. She's howling at maximum volume in the backyard. Being a
She being
very
a roo.
roo. Yeah. The neighbors bought a cat.
right.
Ah,
Oh dear.
she's ruining to establish dominance.
Oh, Husky's murdered the shit
She
out of
can't get
cats.
to the cat, but she can see it through the fence, so a woo.
Let's hope she can't. Ever.
And you said you had sanctified ammo, yeah?
Correct.
Alright. Yeah. There goes half its soak.
Nice.
I bought 2 drums of it after the shenanigans on the warp fuckery on the ship.
Yeah. So,
Hmm.
you hit it in the torso, so impact torso. And the 7 turns into a 4. Right. Okay. It is battered, and some of its crystalline chitin is shattered. It can't be knocked prone, but it will lose some agility. Could you roll me a d10?
Okay.
Toughness, even. Sorry, not. Actually, is it agility or toughness? I'm doing a derp. Toughness. Right. All right. So it's going to lose another point of soak. So, and since that was the first attack, that applies to all of your other ones. So, I mean, it's not dead, but ow.
That's a bottom fucking be.
Alright. Firstly,
Juno.
I'm going to fate point to activate a miracle. As Juno gonna do. It's time to bring out the light of the Emperor. We'll crack her butt of her staff on the ground and tell this thing that it has no power here and it does not belong in this world. So, rip anything with corruption nearby. Also psykers and demons. Follow that up. Half action command. The modifier.
And this is the reason why I didn't bring my retired bolter.
Look, if
I was gonna
Baltus
crack
was
you
here,
up.
I wouldn't have used
Ah!
this, but he's not, so get fucked, Spider. Enjoy your insignificant damage to your head. And then half action, guarded attack. I'm going to take one shot with the bolt halberd and have myself a tiny. And it still has the minus 30 on it, right? Okay. Let's see if I
Yes.
savant into hitting. No, I don't. Okay. Alas. Alright, that's me done.
Alright, Narcia.
I don't think I can squeeze any shots through there. Can I? Let's just peek. I can.
You can shoot. It's very big.
I mean, I'm still afraid I'm gonna shoot someone in the back, but you know what? If I shoot someone in the back, then probably it's the Emperor himself wanting them dead.
Yeah. That's
Definitely not me having terrible aim. This is a sign, guys. The reason why the roll has not gone through already is because Firefox is cosplaying as Chrome, taking up all my RAM and dying.
Ah, that explains.
Yeah, no, I usually am very quick about these turns. Jesus Christ, come on. I can tell, is there a roll through?
Yes.
I can't see it, so I'm just gonna hit the damage button and oh, there it is.
don't forget your plus
I mean,
10 from
Semi-auto,
Juno,
so.
so I think that gets you an extra hit.
yeah.
Oh. Okay, so all those shots are
gets
gonna
her,
hit.
It gets her a hit
okay.
at all. Because Snippy sure didn't put in the
well
minus 30.
We can put that later, that's the thing.
Hey, it hit, though.
It hit.
Yeah. So,
Get fucked.
uh,
Oh my god, what is wrong with Firefox?
Lots of things.
There shouldn't be anything wrong with it.
alright. Bob.
What?
You said Merz.
Did he?
Oh, okay. I think I might have said something else and it came out like Merz.
Ah, yes, Bob's busy murring.
Right. Fire team, come on. I believe in you, fire team.
Oh, I was wanting. Do we get bonuses to attack from its size?
Not ranged.
Okay. How does double team? You have to be in point blank for it to work?
Yeah.
Double team is normally just melee only.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, they are in short range. Like semi-auto.
Plus 10 from Juno.
Let's semi-auto. Let's semi.
Wow, good job, team.
Alright, it's gonna be
Good job,
hits.
team.
And that's gonna be 8 that actually go
Nice.
through.
These guys are all getting a raise.
Oh, hey, is this thing actually
likely.
dying?
Maybe.
In some timelines, probably already dead. Quote unquote dead. Nothing can truly die.
So. Right, it's got 11 soak after pen, so
And thinking about the alternate timeline where you actually win or lose puts a new different meaning on you win some, you lose some.
And it is now covered in microscopic cracks. And eclectic. It is time to go nomas.
Should we worry about her diet?
I worry about a lot of things, but that's for Eloa and Eclectic to decide.
You're right. It all just goes to her boobas anyways.
She's a grown-ass woman. She can eat whatever she likes.
Until it kills her, turns her into a monster, but that I'm sure she'll be fine.
Alright. So, and Eclectic just finishes it off. And it shatters.
Nice.
Alright, nobody's bleeding to death, so good job.
Yet.
To just maintain concentration on my aura. Just in case any mandrakes want to come say hi. Violently.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
Everybody alive?
Yes, no, it doesn't look like anyone was hurt. Good job, team.
Eloa's minigun will just whir to a stop.
Glad I'm in the timeline where I survived.
Somehow struggle to believe those things would kill us in any timeline, really.
Hey, you never know. Anything can happen in combat.
That's true, I do not know.
Smash cut to the timeline where we fucking blew ourselves up again in the hallway doing a critical fail on Juno's backpack or something.
Look, I don't carry that much flamer fuel around anymore for that exact reason. Although I suppose there probably is a timeline where I do and regret it immensely.
Exactly.
So, how do we turn this thing on?
I don't know. Probably has to do with the two different rooms full of similar colored crystals.
Probably. Eclectic, Reeve, any insight?
You should probably try talking to him.
This is normally the part that you rub an Eldar on.
Alright, Eclectic, you're up.
My hypothesis is we need to fill it with psionic energies. I am not a psyker, so
I've got this. My specialty. Step aside, and I shall tear it asunder with my psychic prowess. Of course,
Narcia,
kidding.
come over here so I can slap you. Alright, well.
Alright, I'm here.
Juno will give Narcia a slap on the ass.
I was not expecting that.
She gives you a grin.
Oh, you rapscallion. You dastardly rogue.
Right, well, in the absence of an actual psyker, I guess I get to continue playing wizard. Juno will
Here's how these things
crack
go.
her knuckles. And yeah, I mean, I'm already concentrating on a miracle. What else does this thing want?
All right. You focus the miracle onto the crystal, and yeah, it begins to glow in a reflection of you, and runes start appearing on the walls around you. They are clearly the Eldari script.
Alright, I suggest everyone tuck in. I don't know if we're going into the webway right now, or if we're just knocking on the door.
Adventure ho!
We'll see. We'll hold out a hand and focus her will on it.
All right. Yes. Just a moment. Right, yes. Oh, appropriate thing. No, you're not. That's as good as I can get, I guess. Sorry, just a moment. There we are. That functions. At the back of the room, the far side of the crystal, an opening forms. Reality crumbles and gives way. The face of a deep and terrible darkness.
Is that supposed to happen?
But no, the webway is not supposed to be just dark.
Okay. Well,
Okay. This is obviously some
Let's
kind of
get-
trap. This cannot be going where we need it to go.
let's give it a little light then. I was going to.
Turn on visor. Turn on visor flashlight.
Yeah, I guess I'll shift around. Yeah, that seems good. Position where I can cover this portal with the Emperor's light. See if that helps. I suppose.
I could fire a melt
I
a beam
would
into it.
recommend not doing that.
That's
but,
plenty of light.
Well, as you approach it, there is a hissing in the air. The light and the dark meeting and feeding into each other, fighting against each other, just overlapping and combating. It does not, however, appear to be actually defeating the darkness.
Eclectic, do you think some of these crystals might help, or Can we refocus where this is going?
Please explain what you mean by the crystals
They have
helping?
psionic power. In the other room, can we use them to boost me? I don't know that I have the strength to overpower this darkness myself.
We can make the attempt. Should I go and grab one?
Might as well try. I don't particularly fancy stepping into a portal of unending shadow.
Yeah. I have not read much about the webway, but I'm not sure it's supposed to be that dark.
That is what we've indicated. Inquisitor, any feedback or suggestions would be welcome. This is putting a bit of strain on me.
Don't look at me.
Keep up what you're doing for now.
Yes, sir.
It strikes me as likely that, this portal being pointed towards darkness is why there are mandrakes here.
These are not the Eldar we're looking for. We can always just put down a melta charge and call it a day.
I have a crystal. I also found a friend.
Friend?
Oh.
Hello, friend.
Eclectic has a crystal in one hand, and the other is just holding tightly on a mandrake's wrist. It appears to be struggling slightly.
Oh. You make friends like I do.
Ask him how to change where this is going or stop this darkness, please.
Alright. Okay, let's use willpower on your intimidate. Need actual
Can
chance
I
to
throw
succeed here.
a assist or a command at her? Sure.
You can, yeah.
Command. Why do I have a 17 command all of a sudden? Oh, I seem to have unpicked all my boxes. Interesting. Oh, that's Casa, that's why. Yeah. And Casa helps, apparently. I guess Juno will just assist normally. Fucking Lamau.
Okay, so she's been inspiring commanded, and she's got assist, so that's a plus 30, so that's and then her unnatural means she's got 8 degrees of success, which is to say double what the mandrake's willpower bonus is. He cannot possibly pass.
Fuck him.
I'll
he'd probably enjoy that.
probably. Yes, she conversed briefly in the Eldar tongue. He says... He indicates that this is currently aligned with the Mandrake home dimension. That is a peculiar title. Their leader figure here, who he designates as
The one who is of appealing of skin?
Ah, flares.
Affirmative. He uses ritual blood sacrifices to activate it and align it. Usually involving the peeling of skin.
Very.
Ah, foul Xenos never change.
Everyone needs a hobby.
You know, you could start peeling the skin of orcs. You smug bastard.
I do that too.
We have orcs on this planet?
Nazi,
They are not limited to simply this planet.
Nazi, please stop
We are in
antagonizing
a weird
the
kind of dimensional.
disembodied voice.
Oh,
Usually my
please.
job.
I need hobbies too. I need to be smug and
This is how
smartly
you
at people.
almost got punched by a
Don't think I can
Terminator.
survive otherwise. Shot by a Terminator.
You would do
Shot.
both. Anyway.
There wouldn't be anything left after you fucking enlist a Stormbolter on me.
Disembodied voice, would you mind realigning this for us? I'd really appreciate that.
Oh, he's thinking about it. He's thinking about it.
Very well. I
Wow.
can align it for you, but at a price.
Can
Okay, who
the
do we need to
price
skin?
be us preventing chaos from consuming the sector and ruining all your fun?
No.
So, we can put menials down here. You want menials?
Narcia!
Yes.
Do not
What?
incur.
For each of you that wishes to pass through the portal, I will require a life freely given.
See? One way to
Hmm.
do it.
Does your life count?
No.
No, because I do have a magical sword right over here.
He's
In
not
fact, I might just.
incorporeal.
A soul can be cut.
Look, Juno, if you don't want to do the whole menial thing, we can always just plant melt-a-bombs, call it a day, and go home.
Yes, I suppose we could just give up on this entire plan and the reason we came down here. Luckily, none of us have died, so I wouldn't feel particularly bad about that. But I would like to actually give a try of
Technically,
accomplishing our mission. Right. No, we're not letting you
Question,
murder
why do you
people for
require
our
blood?
passage. Can you think of something else?
No.
well, melt-a-bombs
Narcia,
it
swear
is
to
then.
God.
Okay. Oh, you have to decide. Blood
We
sacrifices
can
or
try and
melt-a-bombs?
figure it out ourselves. I am not terribly familiar with Xenos, but we have a Xenos Inquisitor, we have an Eldari soul in a robot, we have an Imperial Saint, and a bunch of geniuses. Put those brains together, people. Let's do this.
Let's look at the Tau. Maybe the Tau knows how to use it. Hey, Endeavor, you know how to use psychic gates?
Do I really need to actually answer that?
I mean, it would amuse me.
No, Nasi, I do not know how to use the Eldar technologies.
We gotta work on it in the future then. Right, Captain. So what's the plan?
Well, look around, try and figure out how this mechanism works. You know, inquisit, Narcy.
I mean, I can throw forbidden lore depths of knowledge, but I'm not sure how much I can get out of that.
Right, so I'm gonna walk up to this big ass crystal. I'm gonna squint real hard. Squint harder than I've squinted my entire fucking life.
Merzendi?
I think I get an aneurysm.
Difficulty on a forbidden lore depths of knowledge.
Trying to work out how to use a webway portal. It's going to be like a minus 30 or 40. 40 probably.
Okay.
Can Eclectic or Reeve assist?
Oh.
Also, Narcia. Nice, Reeve's doing his own thing, so Eclectic and Narcia assist.
I don't.
Yes.
Narcia can assist me?
If she
I
has
got
a
Eldar.
trained.
I got Forbidden Lore Eldar. You bet your ass I do.
Then yes.
Got like a single pip and everything except fucking orcs and nids.
Somehow I did it.
Yay!
They're just that big brained. You know? The Mechanicus group.
Can I command
You're unstoppable.
into knowledge rolls? Is that a thing?
No.
Yes, you
Okay.
can be inspiring.
I will do so in case DOS matter. Actually, I have a lot of bonuses on Eloa. There we go. Lamau.
All right. Yeah. So, Eloa, it's gonna be a hard time, but you think you know how to do it, but it is going to be quite difficult because you've only got one Juno. Because you need to apply you need to apply the right sort of psionic impulse to the surrounding Wraithbone constructs, which in this case appear to be inside the crystals. And by doing it correctly and finessing it properly, you can start to you can change where the alignment of this portal is. It's not so much changing its physical destination. It's not like it's pointed to the wrong bit of the webway. It's pointed at a different dimension.
You would think that would be easier to fix. Dimensions are very large.
Yeah. However, there is a slight risk here. As you are having to change the dimensions, if you flub it and you don't get it pointed at the webway, you may end up pointing it at a nightmarish hell reality, like the one it's currently pointed at, or the wall.
Yeah, that would be unfortunate. I mean, Amelie would probably get rock hard if we opened a
Hooray.
warp portal and a bunch of demons spilled out.
Look, I was trying to be like, do I just go in and keep fighting?
Not this portal.
Do I just try to contribute like that?
Look.
What they did was they hijacked the webway to go into basically beneath the webway into the Underdark.
Essentially.
Fine, it just needs a little psychic juice. I can do that. Pointing it at the right place, that'll be a bit difficult.
Merz?
But we'll manage. The Emperor protects and guides.
While she's doing that, can I actually use an awareness to start looking between all the nooks and crannies we might have missed? Who knows, maybe the Elder left a manual behind and I can understand their language.
Well,
They're like-
there are the giant glowing runes on the walls.
Yeah, exactly. Let's
Yeah,
give those a
There's
look.
a how-to here. That'd be great.
And if it's not here, maybe in another room. That's why I want to throw the roll.
Alright, sure.
And I will just use a fate to automatically succeed with 4 degrees of success, because fuck that. I mean, no, I could nail it without a fucking fate, but I'll use a fate. I get 4 degrees of success. We're moving on. What do I get?
Alright. No convenient instruction manuals. The inscriptions are, well, sorry, the runes, they're not really inscribed, they're just magic. Sorry, just
Would like chanting these as spells help at all?
they are they are a warning against using it improperly. They don't define what using it improperly is, and also it seems a maker's mark. This was made by the Eldar of this particular world. Praise be unto Vol, all that stuff.
Vol, don't know who Vol is.
I think yes, you would know at least that he's part of the Eldar pantheon. Great craftsman god.
The elven god of smiths.
Oh, okay. Well,
You could possibly just try praising Vol at it repeatedly. But
That
would be heresy.
That would be incredible amounts of
I'm sure
heresy.
Ryu doesn't speak Eldari, right?
I mean, Narcia could probably do it jokingly, but not you.
I mean... Alright, I don't suppose any of our depths of knowledge would touch on the Imperial Webway. Like, that's not something you can even know about at all, right?
No. Unless you are a custodian. You or a sister of silence, I
enough.
guess. They get to know.
Okay.
No one else does.
Okay.
Sounds about
Does
right.
anyone else have anything they can contribute? Else I'm going to start throwing the Emperor's light at this thing and hoping for the best.
I continue
That
love and
helps me
support.
emotionally, thank you. Really, if everyone could just kind of line up and give me a hug.
Are you serious
I'm
right now?
not serious.
Amelie will give
Well,
hug.
What about the Mandrake?
what does he have to do with anything? He's just here for the ride.
He's still alive.
There's an Inquisitor of the Order of Xeno right there. That's above my pay grade what we do with him.
Wait a minute. Is the Mandrake getting off on this?
He does appear to have stopped resisting Eclectic's grasp.
Oh my god.
I too like being choked out by a beautiful combat woman.
I swear we're professionals.
He has actually.
Are we really?
Instead of resisting, he has put his other hand on top of hers, and it appears to just be attempting to hold it.
I think that's less romantic. It's more like, oh no, this is gonna go horribly. All right.
No, that was specifically he's choking to death, and Amelie's like, "Oh, so precious."
So precious.
Okay. I would like Eloa and Reeve to assist me because they are the big fucking brains in the room. Narcia, please roll command. Don't know Casa and Ponareff can roll
Command.
Casa has Forbidden Lore Warp. Could she at least help make sure we don't end up there?
Unfortunately, she really can't. Because you only have one source of psionic energy, you can't actually keep the portal open while you're fiddling with the the other crystals to aim it.
Okay, well, here we go then. Let's see. I don't think any of my other miracles than light would really help in this case. Protection against fear might, but we'll save that for the emergency. Yeah, I think we're just gonna go. Okay, team. Good luck to me. All right. Yeah, if only we had an actual psyker here instead of relying on the Sister of Battle. That'd be great. But we don't.
But we don't.
If fucking only.
All right, Merz. What am I rolling and with what modifiers?
Oh, this would normally be a focus
Well,
power test.
I can give you Sinisians.
But you're not an actual psyker. It's going to be willpower.
That's the same thing.
So you're not a psyker. You're very, very much untrained here. And you're also a human.
Human.
So the good news is that's the extent of the negatives at a minus 50.
Well, you know, that happens. That'll happen. Let's see, I have the 2 assists of the command. Can I argue for an additional bonus? Because I have an active Emperor Miracle, and that motherfucker knows some shit about the webway, even if we don't. Can I get some holy guidance here? You know, trust the Force.
That's sort of what's making it possible for you to do this. Is the
fair
thing.
enough. So. Okay, then I will. We'll spend another fate point to activate. I strengthen the creed, and this, instead of actually trusting the Force and it doing something, it'll just be Juno feeling good about herself and savanting. Yeah, I mean,
Sounds about right.
As you do. All right, so we're at a net plus 10. It's probably gonna be fine. See, it's great. Everything's fine, guys. I don't know what you were worried about.
Oh my god.
I love that you were impersonating.
Yeah, they're the heroes here, all right? Juno's taking comfort in all of these like big strong men surrounding her, protecting her, because otherwise she'd just piss herself and leave.
Not wrong.
All right. Well, just a moment. I need to work out which faces. No, this one looks better, I think. And make that visible. And you reactivate the central crystal. It is no longer an eternal and all-consuming darkness in front of you. There is a radiant glow, and a few moments later, from within the glow, a number of figures appear in blue armor.
Oh no.
They are all pointing guns at Juno.
Oh,
Alright, no need for this.
I am stepping in front of Juno.
Easy, everyone, easy. This is what we're here for.
Don't shoot in Eldar. We want to speak in peace. Please? I ask with most politeness.
Your
You need to make-
accent is terrible.
Thank you.
Filthy Monkai.
Oh, thank you. I try much.
Is he saying that in Gothic or also Eldari? Excellent.
Gothic.
Okay.
Oh, thank God you actually speak a normal language. God.
Hi there.
Okay. Well, Juno is going to.
It is improper for Monkai such as yourself to attempt to utilize the webway.
Yes, it is, but we're quite desperate. Trust us. We don't want this either.
Yes, I apologize for not following a proper procedure, but the only Eldari or Eldari adjacent here were mandrakes, and they weren't very cooperative.
And this place was full of Drukari. Really didn't want to deal with them.
Yes, I see now. Gun switches from Juno to Mandrake.
That's more like it.
Yeah, Cass is just like, nope.
Moving out of the way.
I mean, God damn it. We just skipped to the part where this thing dies.
Eclectic and the Mandrake. Well, the Mandrake actually is being held, so I guess it.
Can it?
Yeah.
It can does when it's grappled.
Yeah, that's fair thought. So. Yeah, it'll just be torn to shreds in a shower of shuriken.
Oh, that's neat. Never seen those guns fire before.
It will be your last sight, Monkai.
I assure you we came here in peace. Ideally for the benefit of all three of our races. Let's start over, shall we? I am High Queen Juno of House Andric, soul-bound daughter of mankind's emperor. In my imperial father's name, I have come to beg passage through the Eldari webway so that I can save all three of our peoples from the doom descending upon this sector of space.
Gothic sector specifically.
Yes, and really the whole segmentum, but
Ignorant savage. Do you believe we are as foolish as to need you to tell us where we are?
Yes.
Narcia, for the love of God,
Honestly,
shut
yeah.
the fuck up.
Okay, I'll keep it inside me.
Sorry. But yes, I would very much like to help all of us not allow this part of space to be consumed by the warp and the oncoming Black Crusade. I'm sure I don't need to tell you that things are getting a bit dicey out here, so...
The great foe rises, there is truth there. But, Monkai, you are often counted among our foes as well. And already, all that would have value in this place is gone.
I can't speak for the rest of my people. I know they've had their quarrels with you and basically everyone else in the galaxy, but I'm trying to change that. I have Tau here working with me. I'd very much like to expand that to you as well, but really just in this instance to keep the great enemy from consuming the sector. I imagine you still have people and artifacts that are here. Our Inquisitor Maeror met some of your people on Savior. Some one of you left us a map on Bane Moor. Or rather on a man's spine that returned to Bane Moor.
You speak of the Seer. But if she chooses to meddle, then that is one matter. Attempting to use the webway, another.
Time is kind of the essence for us.
Yes. Believe me, if we weren't in imminent danger of losing, I'd leave you to your own devices, but unfortunately, we are on a timer before someone commits an heinous act and dooms trillions of lives, likely including Tau and any Eldari not in the webway, or possibly those who are. I really don't know how this is going to work. All I know is it's going to destroy a lot.
I mean, heck. How every time we use our conventional method, we end up losing years of our lives. So we certainly can't afford that right now.
Indeed. We just need to take a few of our ships just through to another system nearby. That should be enough to ward, at least give us a fighting chance to ward off what's coming.
You say that, light shifts again, and another figure appears behind the warriors. This one is heavily robed and bedecked with runes. Narcia can immediately recognize that's a warlock.
Okay. Very nervous. But also, that's good. We're making progress. Being passed up the chain.
Said, oh, she
Say
cute.
again, Savin, sorry?
We're
She
trying.
is slow.
We're trying to head off.
No, we're trying to head
Abaddon,
off
right?
Frank,
That's
which
our
is
goal.
even worse, because Frank's only failed like one time to suck a
And-
planet into the warp, versus Abby's like 13-0.
Frank and Amy. Amy Jean, who's about to sacrifice a couple of penal worlds to Korn, presumably, whether she knows it or not. It's very bad.
Frank's a
We don't
greater
know.
demon, right?
Demon Prince.
Prince. It's even worse.
Okay, I guess we do know, and that's
Mary is the greater
and that's
demon.
bad.
Or at
What's the
least-
difference? Is greater above a prince,
I mean,
or is it the other way
you've
around?
been... They're about
Oh, okay.
equivalent. It really varies on individual power level. Some princes are above, some princes are below. But as a category, they're both HQ
I mean,
choices.
fair enough.
Yes.
A demon prince comes awash at the onset of the 13th Black Crusade. All we need is passage to head him off.
Peace. Juno of Andric, Eloa of the Lathes. Forgive the Exarch his hasty words.
All is well.
The path of the warrior is one that leaves little in the mind for compromise.
All is well, I understand. A pleasure to make your acquaintance. Don't like.
I am a Shedra, a sage, and seer.
Juno incline her head. And he said it was the seer who left us the map, right? Presumably her.
Yes, you meddled.
Yeah, Juno inclines her head and say, I understand we have you to thank for that very useful map.
Though you have yet to make use of it, I pray that your path is aided by its
It
giving.
is. We'd likely have used it already if this somewhat more pressing issue had not suddenly reared its head.
Hmm.
As my friend has said, we are looking at an event that could plunge the whole sector into the warp, or the warp into the sector. Either way, it's game over if that happens.
You speak truly, but the skies are clear. The future of the Gothic sector is to be one of blood, no matter what paths we walk.
You could always reduce the amount of blood.
I know there's no way to avoid a lot of bloodshed in the future. But there is a Black Crusade coming, and even if we succeed here, it will still reach us, but at least if we succeed, there will be a sector left to fight for.
I mean, if anything, it seems like all of these problems keep happening due to our fragrant disregard for life in general. So it seems like if we try to save as many people as we can, we'll at least be counteracting the effort.
Basically, yeah.
Maybe the sheer desperation will get us some unity at the end of the day. Maybe we won't want to shoot the Tau
Or each other.
or the Eldar. We'll all get along. Who knows?
It would be a rare day that the Imperium of Man has unity that lasts beyond the night.
We're working on it.
Yeah, it would be.
We are doing our best to change that. I doubt any of us will live long enough to see it beyond the Gothic sector, but by the Emperor, I am pledged to try my best or die trying.
Shadra just smiles sadly. It is a rare privilege to see a martyr while she yet lives.
I mean, she did try. Didn't work.
Oh.
Yes, I have seen this. I do not think you would be so fortunate this next righteous crusade.
Perhaps not, but the Emperor put me on this path, charged me with his power. Jen will sort of turn her hands over as they glow. I have no choice but to follow it, and it is my privilege to give my life if that is what he requires. That is what will bring peace and stability.
Brave indeed. I shall guide you, although we shall be hard-pressed to save this sector from bloodshed. It would be of no service to our people to grant the great enemy another foothold. and I see you walk peaceably in the company of distant kin.
Juno
Endeavor's great. You should say hi.
smiles over her shoulder at both of our little Xeno buddies. As I said, I wish to bring peace. I wish to save not just my people, but yours too, if I can. And hers. General gesture towards Endeavor. So, if you will guide us, then I thank you from the bottom of my heart.
She nods. The Exarch just shakes their head and their little guild team back through the portal. He very much does just the aggressive shoulder push against Ashedra.
Ah yes, we found our Eldari Captain Turnip, I see.
I mean, that's just how Eldari
Ah, so
are.
you're saying Tulip is an Eldar, alright. She'll appreciate that. I know.
No,
I know.
like Eldari on the
I
path
know,
of war.
I'm
They're
just teasing. And making fun of, I can't actually, what his real name is. Turpin, there we go. Tilpin, there you go.
Tilpin.
General glance back at everyone. So, shall we all
Smile.
follow you, get my men and go, or?
I had assumed you would want your ships.
Yes, if you can open the webway from orbit, that would be ideal, yes.
Shall be but a moment.
Thank you. Then we shall return to orbit at best pace.
Yes, she slips past you to get at Big Crystal.
Juno will also step back and start voxing commands to all the companies except the heavy weapons company to pack it up or leaving.
Alright. Yeah, I think about now you are actually going to get a Vox call. Penguin Actual, Tailfeather, the update from orbit.
Go ahead, Tailfeather.
Badge it through.
Nox units have set up a double layer security cordon. They're not coming in, they're just surrounding. Over.
Understood. We'll be with you momentarily. Looks like we're done here. Mission success.
A firm, Penguin Actual. Glad to hear it. Out.
Okay, well. Now we just need a repeat of, me singing my best BS, and we'll walk right out of here.
It wasn't even really BS.
And
God, everyone is being surprisingly nice. Except us. We're not being very nice. I mean, us, of course, we are being very nice, but the rest of us. Even the Nox didn't shoot us on the way in.
I mean, by Imperial standards, we're actually being practically saintly.
I'm not used to this.
Literally saintly by Imperial standards, too.
Endeavor, do you have your people standing by, just in case, the Nox don't take kindly to our suggestion of walking out?
I do.
Good.
Nox are just people, right?
Mostly. That we've seen.
Yeah.
I mean,
Alright.
you never know when they're gonna bust out the demon hosts.
I'm gonna spend 2 rounds switching over to regular ammo.
Fair enough. Don't want to waste the fancy stuff when it's unclear when you'll next get some.
Can Juno make sanctified ammo or sanctified normal ammo?
These are 200 round
This
drums.
is an Imperial Saint.
I'm not sure you have
mean,
enough blood.
That's true. I meant just in general, not necessarily your 200 round drums.
Sanctified crossbow bolts for someone's crossbow gun.
She probably could, but it would still require expensive resources.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
Alright, team. Let's pack it up.
Alright, so, feck, I'm sneezy. Yes. If you don't mind, I will need just a minute to get the other map ready again.
Sure. I need to pee, so I'll be right back.
Alright, yeah. If anyone does need to step away for anything, now would be a good opportunity.
How's Ponareff doing?
Way over his head.
Congratulations, you're now a veteran.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
I'm good. he's just like, I'm glad. I just don't stab me again.
Here, let me stick a chevron on your shoulder real quick. There you go.
He's just holding his guts like, yay. I mean, at least he got to kill one mandrake.
You should be damn proud. You have survived 2 certain dissections.
That's 2 more than most people survive.
And all that costs with is just a few feet of guts.
Only a few. Only a little. Only a
don't
tiny,
worry.
tiny little bout.
Those grow back.
It's fine. It's fine. What? I'm so annoyed.
What's up?
Oh, nothing. Something else entirely.
Fair enough.
Site not loading properly.
I'm back.
Welcome
Oh.
back.
Well, this has gone very well.
Yeah.
Wait till
The
we're on the
Fire
other side
Warriors
of
only shot the fucking Mandrake instead of the Pivers assassing them. You think we're that stupid? Yeah, I think you're genuinely that stupid. See, they have such incredible discipline. God, Savin, you had no idea how long I've been waiting to call Eldar dumb to their faces in the 40k game. 6 years. 6 fucking years.
Well, look.
I never got the chance.
Look. When you're dealing with the Eldar, you just bow and scrape and be your little Monkai self, and they'll take pity on you and pat you on the head like a puppy.
I'd rather be shot.
That's certainly a sentiment that I wholly disagree with.
I'd rather be shot. But hey, you know what? I didn't get shot,
Yeah,
so I'm happy
basically.
with myself. I got a system.
I'd rather literally get shot. There's a difference between groveling and diplomacy.
Look, sometimes if you want to even see the Emperor, you have to bow 3 times and kowtow 9 times and beat your head on the floor. That's just how protocol works.
Well, I'm also
I
good with doing all of that if I actually get to stab the king.
No, that's
at the
just
end.
if you want to like open trade negotiations. Like that's how the Emperor of China worked. You did not see that motherfucker unless you kowtowed 3 times.
Look, emperors only live by playing off of people's shared desires.
I mean, also a monopoly on
I
violence.
can
All
bow
you
to
need to
man because he's a human. I can't bow to Tau.
That
or
monopoly of
any other
violence
Xenos.
isn't so strong if someone just close enough just decides to slip the knife in.
I mean,
all
sure,
I'm
that's
saying.
how a lot of emperors died, and then their assassins' villages were
So,
burned and their
Snippy.
children were castrated. So you know.
Jawohl.
Look, you just have to kill the king, secure the funds, and make sure that anybody else who would have a problem with it also dies.
That's how
There's a lot of
dynasties
murder
change.
to go around.
While I'm in my Triaros, you should get a Minotaur artillery tank.
Oh, I could.
The
But I
difference
also just wanted to get a Gorgon. I wanted to get a massive amphibious landing craft. So I can throw tea parties in it.
Juno would be into that.
My problem is I don't want to be the emperor. I just want to kill him.
Know.
I can't help it. I want all the violence.
Okay, if I'm gonna grovel and beg before someone, it's gonna be the Emperor of Mankind, no one less.
Look, that's okay. That's why we let Juno talk. She's perfectly willing to bow and scrape if it means we get what we want.
I'll give him a high five and say, hey, thanks for helping humanity, and then mention that he's so great and powerful he shouldn't need me to scrape to prove his ego.
I mean, we don't care about guys are great and powerful. We care about using their tech that we don't know how to use. And that's basically it.
Yeah, the Emperor himself probably would agree. The rest of his custodians, probably not.
All the rest of his custodians can just get a thicker skin.
I mean,
for all that superpowered ability, they certainly are little bitches.
Oh god, I want to see you interact like that with a custodian so badly.
I'd fucking do it, and I'd take my death too. Fuck them. I'm tired.
Depends which custodian. Some you might actually get away with it.
I don't exist to serve your ego, motherfucker. Take my words and get over it, or kill me.
The spirit of humanity, defiant as ever.
You know, if Juno lived long enough, and the galaxy didn't get cut in half, I wonder if she'd end up with one of those, like, black cloak custodians shadowing her.
They've
always left the palace. Yeah. They have a whole intelligence
palace.
network of custodians.
Officially.
Yeah, they
my
leave their
God.
armor and kit behind and go just dressed as normal dudes. And collect intelligence.
Yes. That's their retirement plan.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
As soon as they decide, my reflexes are slightly worse than absolutely perfect, just leave and be super spies.
Somehow a 9-foot god is
Fucking
an
God.
effective spy, but you know. Yeah, their whole thing is they feed intelligence back to the actual custodians and they protect people who are important to the Emperor's plans.
Just keep posing, and they're so glorious that everybody knows not to look at them unless they go blind. So everyone just ignores them as they go about their daily lives. So
Yeah,
what
I
else are
mean,
you going
really,
to do?
if a 9-foot demigod just goes to the market and buys bread, you don't mess with him. He's just living his best life. You ignore that and move on for your own sake.
Although the actual serious answer is that they're most certainly like spy masters and analysts, and they have like minions doing legwork.
As they do sit-ups like fucking as they turn into
Yeah, basically.
Batman.
Hey,
But yeah, a pet custodian would be cool.
Would be also fucking insane, but yeah.
I mean, look.
You know.
It's not like it would really imbalance anything considering all this going on here.
It's less combat imbalance and more just
Social imbalance.
I mean,
you're talking about a character where you exist in a universe where
I would
everyone's supposed to suck
assume
the
like
dick.
Juno would never actually even know they're there. And I might have a custodian following me around, and he's just good at his job, and we don't know. Casa could be a custodian minion. Like Ponareff. Who
could
knows?
be. If she wasn't a woman.
He's not trying to fuck her. He's trying to turn her into an agent.
That's what they all say.
Is there really a difference?
Actually, no, come to think of it. Isn't that how Riv got all of us?
He didn't dick me.
Yeah.
What you're talking? He's like 100 times
And
Juno's
he
age.
didn't exactly.
He thought
Or
about
10
it.
times.
I mean,
I'm
Baltus joins because someone else got dick.
Look, if Reeves still looked like Palsy, Juno would have thought about it too, but no.
Which reminds me, how's Riv looking after this exchange?
I'm gonna get shot later.
He looks cautiously impressed.
Yeah, I'd be cautiously impressed too. Holy shit. Also, I'm surprised Eclectic
I'm surprised they didn't shoot Eclectic, yeah.
wasn't shunned.
Them being
Yeah.
cool with her was a pleasant surprise.
This must be... Yeah, it was! It's gonna be a huge morale boost for her. Hey, my kin don't hate me entirely. It's great.
Wow.
And they hate me a little bit.
Supposed to say that was a very telling well.
Let's just put it like this. It was quite fortunate that it was a dire Avenger Exarch who was closest to just stick his head through, rather than anyone who might know anything about her.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
A Shadra doesn't count because, well, reasons.
Fucking Seers are
She's
5
just
steps
chill.
ahead.
Yeah, she seems to also have
God fucking damn.
some moral compass like Juno. It's weird.
Yeah, it is weird. Stop being so weird, both of you.
Just like the Peeler said, everyone needs a hobby.
Yes.
I don't
What
mind
happened to him, by
being
the way?
Shadra's little pet project. That's fine.
You never you never went and poked sufficiently to get him to try and kill you, so
Yeah, he's still just there. Got very quiet after the
Yeah,
Eldar appeared.
Before we leave,
that's fine. I kind of like
before we leave,
him.
I will ask Narcia or Eclectic, whichever one, to mention that he's here to Ashadra, just so she doesn't get murked as soon as she's alone.
Ah, yeah, right. The Drukhari Flayer, forgot about him. He's still around,
We
isn't
didn't
he?
kill him, so.
Yeah, right. He got real quiet after the Avengers showed up.
Really has more brains than some people. Was since he fucked
You mentioned
other
perhaps
Avengers.
she will,
They look like B1 battle droids from the half of their head that I could see from where my camera was. It's like, holy shit, wrong universe, lady.
Oh, God. It's like, you want to use this portal, give me blood sacrifices, meh. What's with Drukharian hunting abandoned caves anyways?
Are you actually asking the Eldar?
Yes, I'm genuinely curious. We have 2 incidents of them hunting abandoned caves. 2. This can't be a coincidence.
Dark, wet, and confined places remind them of the Dark City.
Dark City.
Oh, I did not think your lore was so far fallen that you have lost what you learned of Komora.
I'm sure some of us know, but I'm only authorized to study up on Tau and Necrons at the moment. The Necrons here have a quite interesting roster, I have to say.
Eloa will only twitch slightly, grip her omniscient staff a little bit more tightly.
In days of your Komora's great port of the Empire, now it is a pit of slaughter and misery that hosts our dark kin. They dwell there, hiding themselves from she who thirsts, with wickedness, torture, and a sense of self-satisfaction.
Oh my god, that almost sounds like a hive city.
Infinitely larger. The Dark City is... It is akin almost to to a world, or perhaps even a solar system.
As the Eldari retreat to their soulstone, the citizens of Kamara use pain to ward off the Dark God.
That's one way to do it, I suppose. God, what a mess we're in. Thank you for imparting this knowledge upon me. I do very much appreciate it. I only had the most rudimentary knowledge of your darker cousins. But now I know they have this massive city in the webway. I'm gonna make some requests to instill some of the archives.
I wish you luck, Narcia.
Thank you. How do you know my name?
I am a seer.
Fair enough. Stupid question. I don't believe we'll need the luck, but it's always appreciated.
Juno will glance at Inquisitor Reeve, the guy who gives us access to the archives.
Yes, you may read of the Drukhari to your heart's content, Narcia.
Excellent. I will do just that. From what I can gather, they're very stabby happy.
They are happy with all methods of causing suffering.
Oh god, they're actually everything that our propaganda makes them out to be. That's incredible. Oh, that reminds me, the guy that you guys grabbed and grafted the map onto his spine. Where he actually steal from you? And since our cooperation is going quite so well, we might be able to return to you at the future. Is something important? No, a show of good faith.
You cannot return children.
Oh.
But I thank you for the offer.
I understand why you chopped his arms off and mucked with his spine then. Fair enough.
Oh my god, he did what?
The arms. Well, he insisted on repeated escape attempts. It was the only way to make him stop struggling.
I mean, I can think of more ways you can make him stop struggling. But they are a lot harder to surgically recover from.
Right. Out of character, are we ready to go?
Yeah,
As-
I am. I
Yeah.
mean, I could sit here and puff with the Elder all day, but I'm very much intimidated by the
As we should be.
the Warlock.
Well, then,
Actually bow. Show as much respect as I can muster. Thank her profusely.
I don't know why you would ever be intimidated by her. It's not like she could turn your brain off with her spells.
You know, I'm not afraid of people shooting at me, but as soon as a psyker shows up, yeah, that's a whole different matter entirely.
I have no fear. That's not a brag. I surgically got my fear
We're-
glands removed.
deeply,
I
deeply
did
aware.
that for my pain. Instead of pain, I started laughing maniacally. It's great. I think pain is very funny. You know, it's a very interesting way of dealing with the problem.
You all hurt my insides
about
every time you talk
emotional
about that. Him. Ah, here we go.
Yes. There are quite a few more Nox troops. They appear to have actually deployed themselves in force, awaiting your potential return. Or an army of spiders and mandrakes.
Once
I'm glad we kept the
once
options
again,
open.
Juno will announce
Ahoy
herself
there.
a white flag from behind the corner. She comes out. Yes, hello. We have gotten what we came for and dispatched. I don't know what they are, but they were horrible and had giant mandibles and tried to kill us. But we stabbed them to death first. So I'd like to leave now, if that's all right with all of you. This place is spoopy.
One of the Nox troops makes the sign of the Aquila when you mention mandibles. Another shudders and makes the sign of the star.
Truly a diverse bunch.
Ain't judging.
Yeah.
Sergeant will nod. All right. Weren't reckoning on you actually making it out, but
Got pretty close.
good on you.
Yeah, like I told your major, there's no kill like overkill. Especially when those things teleport around and spit time acid. You know, kind of stare into the middle distance, shudder.
4 and 1, eh? That's ain't that the truth?
Well, we're all good, then we will get out of your hair. I don't think you'll have any more problems from down there, but if I were you, I'd either try and seal this off or keep a few heavy weapons teams just in case. Not that I'm your boss or anything, but you know, professional advice. Well, Juno's talking to this guy. I'm just gonna throw a scroot at him. See if I'm about to walk us into an ambush.
Can I assist with that?
Yeah, we
Oh,
are
we're on
indeed
the
on a
map.
map. There are a couple of heavy weapons teams pointing at us.
He appears on the level.
Okay.
If he is lying, he is very good at it.
Okay. All right.
I wait the day for he was lying indeed.
And there's like a we came from this
God.
way, so Juno's just gonna kind of wait for them to get out of the way so we can.
Everyone is so nice. It's so weird.
There. I'll see everyone.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Yeah, they don't. Amelie, wrong way. Come on. Fucking blind and I can find my way out better than you. Ugh. Keep up the good work, everyone.
Yes. Amelie. As you come out, you'll see just a couple of autocannons tracking across to you. But, well, you're humanoid and not made of shadow, so they just go back to their resting position after that.
I'm glad we all have a shared hatred of Drukhari.
We
So
continue along this Black Mesa level.
This is a sewer, so.
Gentlemen, pardon me. Excuse me. Thank you. Actually, I think we're going south. No, we are going this way. Yeah, carry on. Let's go up this way.
So, if you're
Yeah, I don't have a fucking problem with these guys. It's not my problem. I ain't the fucking Ordo Hereticus.
I mean,
not my department.
Look, I have a problem with these guys, but you know what?
Wait, should we have a problem with
I
these
mean,
guys?
they're heretics,
Yeah.
but if we shoot them, then the tower are going to shoot us and also blow up our ships in orbit. So we should not do that. If they shot at us first, we were going to wipe
Yeah,
them, but they didn't. So
This is not a smart fight to pick.
What are you talking about?
I mean,
This
look,
is the best fight to pick.
we
It
would win
require
down
all
here,
reports.
but our ships
But
would
we should
get
not
destroyed in orbit because
we should-
Juno's enormous command isn't there to take control. Although I suppose they could teleport us out.
Okay, now look, guys.
I was just
Oh,
talking
I mean,
about
yeah,
not
that
breaking
too.
your word.
If we're gonna have a shootout with the Nox, can we agree to not do it in the sewers? Can we like take it up top so I don't have to smell like shit?
Ideally, we're not having one at all. So yeah, I'm content to leave if you want to just pop us off to the other map.
Yeah.
Quick, everyone, spread your tokens.
Just walking out. Just Once we get like all the way out of the sewers, Juno will just shrug and say, "I guess they really didn't recognize us. Good job, everyone."
A little less violence than I would have liked, but overall, pretty good, pretty good.
Kill giant spider monsters. It's a decent haul for you.
If only it showed up sooner, and then I probably would have just.
Something wrong, Inquisitor?
Sorry.
I mean, obviously something's wrong, but like immediately, urgently, life-threatening.
No, nothing urgent. Just
Are you also concerned about how nice and pleasant everyone is being?
yes, it's unnatural.
Yes, I
Juno's
know,
just
right?
gonna, like, sketch a little bow. That is what I do, sir. You say we're remarkably
See,
efficient. I've found that just talking to people gets them to do basically whatever you want, as long as you are willing to compromise and be respectful.
I'm gonna lean over.
I'm here for extreme
Yeah,
applications
when
of
I
violence.
fuck up, that's what she's for.
Excuse me, can I pull you aside for a second?
Of course.
Reeve, how high do you think the possibilities are? This is just emanating so much warp energy. This is making nicer everyone with her mere presence. It's the only reasonable explanation at this point.
I hadn't considered it, but as a theory, it makes sense.
She's touched by the Emperor, so it is entirely possible. Julia's like, look, you just have to be nice to people and they'll be nice in return. Immediately. Must be the warp.
It can't be that other people also would like to be,
reaction.
it can't possibly be that other people want you to be nice to them, and that makes them be nice to you in return.
Foul warp sorcery, clearly.
Remember that time a demon was really nice to us, and we were like, "Yeah, okay, yeah, you're chill. Have a good one."
Oh,
hey,
point
look,
of corruption.
It wasn't
Yoink.
point of corruption to me, so it's fine. Yeah, I also am surprised. Actually, Pets didn't get assassinated or hurt at all. Actually, it's remarkable.
Yeah, I know. For once, staying far away actually worked.
Didn't die this trip. 10 out of
Yeah,
10
this is the best planetary away mission Ceiko's ever been on. Unironically, nobody left him with a crippling permanent injury. He didn't even get hurt. No one attacked him even, and he got to shoot some people. So I mean, really, it's win-win.
I can now see Ceiko looking at Ponareff like, oh, first time?
Right, that wasn't actually done.
That's perfect.
Is it just a curse for ranged characters?
It might be, yeah.
This
is why Juno carries a gun and a
I
sword, so
don't
that way
know.
she doesn't count as either, and thus all curse is just going to pass her by. Look what happens to all the melee characters. They've all gotten like horribly dismembered or become Amy.
Excuse me. Graves lost
Graves became a
his
nugget.
body in the service for the Empire. Graves became Metal Gear Rising.
Graves became Metal Gear Nugget.
Nothing.
He is fantastic though, and I love him. But he did still get turned into a nugget. Ceiko and Narcia, the two primary ranged users, also have been horribly maimed and injured. But weirdly,
hey, I was cursed before this game.
All
I
I'm
was
saying
shot
is
in the face.
All I'm saying is that I learned that limbs are pretty overrated. In a sci-fi fantasy.
I learned that about faces.
Well, yeah, it turns out if you just are neither melee or ranged, but either are non-combatant or use both equally, then you're fine. That's the secret to how Juno's escaped this whole campaign without ever getting crit.
I believe in the it. It didn't work for Ponareff, but Baltus 100% believed Juno was cursed.
Once again, the only winning move was to not play.
Just be neither
Yeah.
range nor melee, and you will get through things 100%.
It could also be that you're actually blessed by the Emperor.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, I forgot. Damn it! Now I wish I had weapon skill because now I do feel going pistol and sword just for the efficiency. But I'm already pretty efficient with just sword and sword.
It is very
You meant
expensive.
ballistic
to go
skill.
pistol.
Yeah, it would be super expensive stat wise, but we would already be in the stage where we
Yeah,
could at
I
least
mean-
afford that. That would have been
I mean,
so
look
much
at
foresight.
what? Wait, what? Who's that? Who's our backup
We have a lot of backup.
NPC that is both? No, the one that currently has like 600 XP
Marco.
over what we have now.
Marco.
Yeah, Marco. Yeah. See, Marco is both Ceiko and
Yeah,
Amy, and
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
he's also an NPC and behaved like a complete retard, so you can't really help that. But for PCs,
yeah, I'm saying the
Yeah,
XP
yeah.
cost is what.
and he also got turned into a nugget by Chaos Marine, but you know, there's really no helping that one. But yeah, let's go back to Orb.
Chaos Marine's gonna Chaos Marine. So, yeah, Juno. You're going to get a private Vox call from Augie.
Oh, what's the word?
Juno. There is an invitation has arrived for dinner with a Major Artemis?
I see. Just put a pin in that until we get back to orbit. I think we're actually about to leave. Suddenly, Juno realizes the power that actually compelled the Nox to not shoot us. The power of gay.
Lesbomancy. My favorite type of magic.
That Juno did be rolling one on a charm test versus these guys, so yeah, that makes sense. All right, fair enough.
Yeah. Hey, the commander just wants to get her girl.
Hey,
get
look,
wet.
I can respect it. Unfortunately, I'm already spoken for, and if I wasn't, I'm pretty sure Endeavor would be crushing me between her thick tow thighs.
True.
I mean, I could go over there and try and redeem her. I mean, some of her people. No, I got better things to do. I'm sorry.
Not getting sidetracked by every potential waifu.
I would love to if we weren't on a time limit, but unfortunately this time we actually are, and it's an objective time limit, so gotta go fast.
Frankly, I'm just
So many waifus.
Frankly, I'm just excited to fast track
Exactly.
the
I'm
violence.
trying to get things moving so Duckles can get his dick wet in somebody's horrible gaping wounds.
Exactly. That is indeed how I ejaculate.
So yeah, do we have any problems getting back to orbit? Excellent.
No.
Are we the baddies?
I mean, we're doing objective good right now, so we're bad at being baddies.
We're the best.
Is that why we're doing such a good job? It's 40K, which is a system about being bad, but we're trying to be the bad guys.
The
so
whole
we're
game is
being
built
bad at
around the
that.
idea that you are like a 16-year-old and you desperately want to be a fucking fascist secret policeman. But turns out if you're nice to people, it works much better. Oh god, Juno is fucking Schindler.
That
Oh
doesn't sound
Jesus
like fun.
Christ. Oh no!
Oh my god, you're fucking right. Jesus.
I mean,
I'll never be able to see this.
I mean, that's also how the Brits did it during World War II. They treated all the high commanding Germans really well, and they got to hang out in a nice manner and
Yeah.
stuff like that, and just hung around, and every single room was
And
fucked.
also Churchill desperately
Uh-huh.
needed them to fight the
I
Soviets when the
listened
war
to some of
was
those
over.
tapes.
Turned out we didn't need to, but we were ready. We were ready to use the Germans.
I mean, most of you got all the
Oh yeah,
scientists.
I mean the Wehrmacht. There were definitely plans in place to just turn
fuck
them
the
around and go fight the Russians.
You bombed them so fucking hard. There was no way they were coming back.
I mean, Germans came back actually pretty strong. It just took a bit.
The bombing of Dresden.
Dresden is a city that people are occupying now. It got better.
Fun side fact: the Germans now have the third most funded army in the world right now.
Those are baby numbers. Give the Germans more.
I mean, so did Iraq.
You mean Afghanistan?
Money does not mean shit
yeah.
if you can't use it.
No. First Desert Storm and Second Desert Storm, the third largest military in the world, was Iraq.
That's hard to believe.
Yeah.
No,
Jesus.
It's true. They were actually a really large, well-funded, westernized military, except as soon as they started losing, they completely collapsed. And also Saddam buried his air force. Literally.
Hey, remember I keep telling you guys make country invasions look fucking easy? They're not supposed to be.
Yeah.
You're just not good at them.
America is a strange mix of competency, overfunded, incompetency, and
our
then
military
just
is like
it's weird.
Is like fucking like Blep in 70. It is a Nova thing. Are we here to sustain forever? Not really. Are we here to just destroy you in like 3 turns? Yes.
I mean, also, no one expected us to come from the desert because we were using a newfound technology called GPS, so we just kind of came from the desert.
That technological warfare do be what often wins it. Materialistic wealth.
Anyway, though, something I did remember, Savin. Were you not going to wait for Maeror's big ship?
I mean, we were, but
I forgot about that.
Eldar just were like, "Hi, yeah, day 1, let's go, buddy."
I mean, I'm sure she'd love to come to dinner with a Chaos Sorcerer.
Yeah, if she's actually in orbit, I wonder if she's the one Mayor was about to murder or capture. Oh, not my problem.
Oh no, I forgot about the assassination.
That's fine.
Shit, fuck.
Before they can really pin it on us, we're gonna go. We're gonna go. In fact, yeah, I will just
Jesus
put it
Christ.
on our inquisitorial comms. Mission success. Returning to the ship. All is well. Ready to leave momentarily with the help of our new friends.
And now it's time for Maeror to do a
Oh
skill
boy.
challenge. If he just gets himself killed, I will fucking laugh.
Look, considering what he looks like and acts like, no one's gonna think he's from us. I mean, he's just an Imperial assassin, right? Like, we can actually just deny all knowledge of this, so it's fine. But I will be just legitimately sad if Maeror dies off screen.
Imperials?
I want to hear his parting.
He snuck up on our ships. We have no idea he's here.
Hey, we just came from fucking what's it? The fucking ice ball planet. How are we supposed to know an Imperial assassin got aboard?
We didn't.
Yeah,
And we stick to that story.
completely deny all involvement and knowledge while we teleport Renault over there to go get him back.
It's a good thing at least one of the Inquisitors remembers his duty.
Why not teleport Amelie?
That's actually true. You would be a much better
Let's do a
choice
middle
than
year.
the giant golden god. We could in fact sneak Maeror off rather than just assaulting their ship.
And if the assaulting the ship thing still needs to happen, she can do that too.
Just she is a
Multi-purposed.
very utilitarian cat. Right. Good start, Maeror. All right.
Which book is it? I suppose Assassins.
Good question.
I remember there was one in first edition, but I assume you want the second edition.
Yes.
Enemies
Core
Without?
book is ever saw.
Should be
Oh
enemies.
yeah, Enemies Without.
I'm not gonna lie to you. It was completely random. I had no idea what book it was. Or maybe I did. It was subconscious. That's scary.
It was either going to be Without or Within, because Beyond, you have to put the Colexus in Beyond, right?
Abso-fucking-lutely. That's where the demons are. The creepy crawlers.
Alright, so polymorphine as... Okay, it's plus 20. So feel free to, talk, guys. You don't just have to,
I'm sorry, it's just I'm used to waking up at 6 and going to bed at 10. This is
those are the times that you did wake up on my clock.
Listen here, you smarmy cunt. You alright? Fuck you.
Time zones, how do they work?
I don't know, my skull is
Mine too.
throbbing.
I'm just tired as I'm still not eating or sleeping well.
All that gets better, bro.
5 more days and I get to see.
Juno, Captain. May I talk to you for a moment?
Of course. Narcia, what's up?
Now, I will be completely honest with you, because I'm genuinely afraid that even the slightest lie in a lie of omission would condemn my soul into oblivion forever. But I have confided to Reeve my suspicion that your presence might be altering and warping reality as we know it, and making everyone nicer because of it. You might be radiating an invisible aura that makes people nicer. I'm only saying this to you because I'm afraid my soul will be damned eternally
Narcia?
if I keep this from you.
Juno's going to put her hands on your shoulder and bring you into a hug. Thank you for telling me. I appreciate it.
You see this?
But I can assure you,
this is super weird.
It is not a warp power or any. It is not even the Emperor's blessing. It is just my personal greatest power. That is, I'm actually kind of friendly, and I like people, including you, my dear friend. I'm just going to pat the back of your head.
Oh, God. Thank you, I guess.
You're welcome, Narcia.
You-
It's okay. I don't blame you for thinking things are a little strange around here, but it really is just
It's just...
a strange truth I came to realize back on Schindelgeist. That if you just talk to people and behave like a normal person, rather than a goose-stopping, megalomaniacal, militant idiot, people will take you seriously and help you.
Huh. Do you really think we have
I
a
do.
shot at this?
I know we do.
You know that even if we do manage to get at least the Gothic sector to peacefully coexist, the rest of the Imperium will come down on us like a hammer.
Well, the rest of the Imperium's going to be busy with the Black Crusade for a long, long time, by the looks of things. And then there's whatever that rift is that we've detected coming. I don't think we have a choice in this. Even if
I mean, yeah,
Even
no.
if we could win through
It's
violence,
just...
the Black Crusade would destroy us. We might be the only ones left in a good position after this rift hits and the Crusade hits.
And I would totally
Gah!
want to fight the Black Crusade.
She's always there. You shouldn't be
Sorry.
surprised. She's
I
always
know.
there.
Just,
Didn't
it's
mean to
okay.
scare you.
You can knock on the vent door, you know.
Sorry, I was just planning on listening, and then you mentioned the losing to the Black
Yes,
Crusade.
well, in a straight fight, the Imperial Navy could win. That's not in question, but immediately after all-out war with the Tau, I don't think so.
Well, that's fair.
Individually, we may be far superior
mean, I know-
warriors to any of our foes. You certainly are, Amy, and Eclectic and Renault as well. But, unfortunately, a few individuals don't tip the balance of a war, not on this scale. A battle, certainly, perhaps, but...
Not unless they're all on one giant battlefield. The Dynasty
Exactly.
Warrior.
If we were still all confined to a single planet, where a few people could truly influence events, then yes, absolutely. But, alas, us being in any given place still means there are 100 battlefields being contested across the sector, the segmentum, the galaxy.
My God.
The end result is, frankly, humanity will always be the strongest power in the galaxy as we know it. So we simply have more numbers than anyone but orcs and tyranids, and they're not a governing body or a conquering force, not really. We are the greatest polity the galaxy has ever seen. But, at the same time, we are faced with threats even the Emperor couldn't have imagined. The Tyranid, the forces of chaos spilling from the Eye of Terror, the fallen legions. We'll be strongest always, but at the same time, we just can't do it alone anymore. Not in the face of all this. So, we'll ask for help if we need it. We'll help others if we need it. And in the end of the day, we'll survive this. That's what I believe.
I don't have a doubt for a second either. Mostly because I can't afford to.
Me
It's kind of this
neither.
or bust.
The Emperor gave me these powers for a reason, and opened my eyes, so to speak, to the truth of things, so we'll see how it goes. It may roll like ass, Jesus.
Yeah, he kind of did.
It's okay though. He's just has really high modifiers on everything, so it's fine.
Maybe he's just getting old. Fuck.
Good job, Maeror. You did it. Completely undetected.
Oh, so he kind of sneaks in.
Task failed successfully.
He can't use a fucking computer. He doesn't know what to do. He has an actual fucking operating software in it. Like a modern one.
Lord.
Yeah, the tech use, the logic, and then navigate. Because we're all just trying to do the same thing. He just struggled so badly on actually finding where he's going.
He's a fucking
See,
boomer.
if this were Juno, she would have just talked her way right to the captain, and it would have been fine. And then the captain would have just walked onto the shuttle with her and come on over, and then we could leave. We just happened not to give them their captain back. But you know, Mayor's way works too.
Just
So
Oh, God.
he's taking them to his ship, right? Okay, good.
Yes, probably.
I continue to have plausible deniability.
Not really. They'll pin it on us because the assassin showed up when we
mean-
did.
What assassin? It was just a tragic accident with the fire suppression system that turned it into a fire-causing system.
I'm sure they'll be most happy with that.
By the time they
explanation.
figure out anything
Let's,
was amiss, we'll be long gone because the Eldar are going to be bros, right?
And then, oh, God.
It's okay. We'll just change the ship's registries again, and no one will know it was us. See?
Oh my
Oh
fucking God.
no!
Does their whole ship just explode?
Oh no!
He took their senior officer and yeah, he kidnapped the captain. The rest have all burned to. The rest of the officers have all burned to death. Yeah, I think the disguised virtue might just be fucked. I'll give them another try, but if it's
Merz, what's with your rolls today?
alright, let's just see how
That's 99.
actually just end up like unable to fight this bloody fire.
It's a 90 fucking Jesus Christ, it's 99.
Just put this here
And
and set it so you guys can actually
oh, I
see
just had a
the,
hilarious idea.
health and morale pass.
Oh my
Let me know
fucking
if and when
God.
we see that there's like we can detect anything's wrong, or they send out an SOS. Hey, they might just die before they can. So I imagine that we just took out their bridge, which is
Yeah,
their
it's-
comms.
Yes, I don't think there's anyone left who can
Outstanding.
actually.
See, my thought was, well, we'll offer to go help. We'll send a damage control team with Eloa on it who will steal all their data banks. Bye!
Oh, it's a negative to the command test.
Oh, so it's even worse.
Well,
Okay.
yeah. So, it's now going to take. Okay, lost 7 population.
That's a lot for a fucking fire.
I mean,
I've seen
it does a D5 immediately, and now they've failed 2 attempts to put it out.
I've seen boarding actions do less damage.
Oof.
Alright. And yeah, they can't even vent it, because bridge is gone.
Yeah, you can't do any commands if the bridge is gone. They're so fucked.
Actually, wait. It spreads.
Yes, it does.
Oh god, and they have to do a successful roll for each.
So it's
no!
it's in
Oh no.
4 sections now because it spreads exponentially too, I believe.
Yes, it does. And actually, yeah, because it spreads, it does more damage.
Yep.
Right.
Each fire section does damage
So,
individually.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So would be.
This is incredibly brutal. I feel like I'm just gonna go pop the Rogue Trader book open just in case we've made it too hard on them. Like I feel bad, but this sounds like we're doing it correctly.
Yeah, because.
Let's see. Fire depressurization. Let's see. Fire.
Right.
D5 damage to crew pop and crew morale. So it's 30 minutes per attempt. Anyone occupying the continent is all.
Oh no! You do actually get to put out a number of fires equal to degrees of success.
That makes sense.
Oh,
they're fucked. But,
thank God. Thank God, because if that was us in their position,
I mean, if it was us in their position, Juno would fucking annihilate this test. But
also, I'm starting to notice every time there is a boss involved, the good old Merz rolls come back.
Alright. And their morale has now gotten worse, so they have a negative to crew rating.
if the fire spreads to every component, the ship is just destroyed no matter what their rolls do, by the way. That's just a thing.
You know, it'd be nice if they weren't such horrid fucking heretics.
Yeah, I mean, I'd feel bad if this was an Imperial ship, but I don't. This is a huge net win for us.
God, does it really spread exponentially?
Let's see. Okay. Multiple characters, so they can't do that.
I think the real question is...
If the burning component now counts as a pressure.
Can we get the salvage?
If fire is not brought under control, it consumes the component and moves on. It treats it as catching fire. You spraying a component from no, okay. It just goes from component to component. So the fire doesn't spread, it just destroys the thing and then moves to the next thing, to the next thing, to the next thing. Okay. It's not actually exponential because you can't have more than one fire at a time.
Okay. You do.
Well, look.
Because otherwise there wouldn't be a thing about number of fires equal to...
Well, I mean, I guess you can have multiple fires, but the same fire will just consume and spread. Like if you get lit on fire 3 different times for different crits. I think that's what I would assume. Or we can treat it as exponential. I don't care. These are dirty heretics.
I'll increase it 1 at a time.
I think that's more reasonable. Otherwise, this fire is even scarier.
So we're going to all right, 15 more pauper dead, 23 morale. Let's see. Yep. Now the penalty to crew rating continues to go up.
Holy shit!
Hey,
And 9. I
they
got
put out
it.
a fire.
One.
A single fire.
Oh, I was I guess I
Yeah,
celebrated
no,
a little
they
too early for
can't
them.
win
How
this.
they-
They're just gonna die. But the red morale,
see.
the red
I
bar is
see.
morale,
I
right?
see.
Okay.
Yes.
Hmm.
It's now down to 18, so
Wow.
is it
The
happening?
major finally got on the ship
They're
and
doing
took
it.
control. Holy shit! It's happening.
Is it
I
allowed
mean,
to happen?
no, they'll almost certainly run out of morale and populate, or at least morale, possibly population.
Some of them are not
Oh
heretics,
no,
apparently.
there we go.
But their faith is not enough.
Yeah, no, they're working for the heretics.
I see. This is why this is a conflict of interest. How unfortunate.
All right, yeah. Morale is completely
Abandoned
broken down.
ship.
Organized efforts are impossible. More than half the crew is burned to
Good
death.
lord, Maeror.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is how one man kills a ship.
I'm upset that I didn't get to do this.
I had.
Damn it,
Wha-
Maeror, now I have to compete with him. Somebody else
There's
get
a
me
ship right there you could have,
Alright,
I
let's-
suppose, once it burns out.
Let's see.
Can they even abandon ship in the state it's in?
They can try in their random disorganized attempts, but yeah, there is no command and control anymore. There are just individuals fighting each other.
As the God Emperor intended.
They are. Yeah, Let's see.
So did you
This
kill
is
another
a,
waifu by accident?
Nah.
We kidnapped the waifu, didn't we?
We kidnapped whoever was the captain of that ship. I don't know who that is yet. It might be the major. It might.
The waifu is on the planet.
She apparently was trying to have dinner with Juno on that ship, so she's probably dead if she was there. But
No,
Okay.
she just had the letter sent to
Oh,
sent to
okay.
your ship.
Wait, question. Did Maeror go in the ship and blow it from the inside, or is Maeror
no,
like
he
attacking
planted
it
a
with our
bomb
ship
and
or
then
something?
left, and then the bomb has destroyed the entire ship.
Ah,
Or rather, it has killed everyone on the ship,
man.
reducing it to a burnt-out Hulk. Like, yeah, we can fix that.
Here we are. Yeah, normal crew population of this class of ship. 67,500.
40,000 people already and counting.
I see.
Also, since it was a troop
Oh.
transport, it has many barracks on board, so it's more.
I'm sure having all those Core Knight warriors running around in absolute panic helped things a lot.
Yeah. I'm going to use our unmodified crew rating to work out attempts to flee.
That makes sense.
Okay, so that is 3 degrees of success. So let's use that. Now the fire spreads more. Wow, actually. That's
That's the population gone.
yeah. A quarter of the crew successfully
Amazing.
escaped. So, yeah, only
much-
75,000 people burned to death. Jesus
So,
fucking Christ.
I imagine Juno's like having tea with Reeve and Augie as we get the report of them abandoning ship. Juno's just gonna smirk and say, "Well, that was rather efficient of Maeror. I almost feel bad for them."
72,000? What the fuck?
Well, that's not a lot of escape ships. Ooh. Oh well.
I'm impressed by their incompetence, to be honest.
Considering what Maeror
We've
can do,
had-
I'm impressed any of them lived, to be quite honest.
We had so many fucking quarter fires. It's like second nature to us.
Well, I doubt it was their passenger quarters that lit on fire is the thing. Just gonna let a moment pass.
Their whole ship is evacuating. I don't think there's a single part of it that isn't on fire at the
No,
moment.
according to our sensors, the whole thing's burnt out.
So it burned eventually.
Oh well. I don't suppose we can salvage that for ourselves, unfortunately. I doubt the Tau would, put up with it.
Most likely not.
Mm.
Oh, well. We should, probably get a wiggle on with
Yes, yes, indeed. Has anyone seen Maeror? Oh, I'm sure he's fine.
You could be sitting right next to us right
You
now.
could
and
be
wouldn't even know.
Maeror.
Hey, Rave, you're not Mayor, are you? I am Mayor. How did you tell?
Do you just boop your snoot?
No, I'm not. I am far too well dressed.
I am Mayor. Ha ha ha! And I took down that ship all by myself. It was actually really surprising. I put the bomb in the bridge. The bridge exploded, and it just kind of caught fire, which was
Oh, that's a good point.
hilarious.
Juno's gonna order our ships to kind of move away in case the reactor goes. Actually, no, wait, no. She's gonna offer to help the Tau put the fire out. Just get in touch with them and be like, do you need help? We know that sort of ship.
Yes, they'd
Okay.
really appreciate it.
Juno will have the rest of our ships back off and have the Vigil come in and do damage control. Alright, hey, Eloa, Casa. Do you like databanks? I bet you like databanks.
What do you
They're
need?
databanks. We're going over to fight the fire on the Militant Nox ship, and it would sure be a shame if the head tech priest of our damage control team also scarpered with a copy of their databanks.
A tragedy indeed.
Juno's gonna, I guess, roll command. Let's see.
Yep.
Good old Pier House Lupus. There we go.
Okay, yeah, you have over
Yeah.
100, so with you taking over, yes. The ship does not just explode while in low atmosphere.
That would be bad, yes. In fact, I think I put out all of those fires immediately. Alright, excellent.
Yes. Yes, you do.
Well, while we're here, can Eloa do an assisted tech use test to steal all their data? Excellent.
Yes.
Difficulty, please.
Um,
I think it's security first.
yeah, probably would be security first. +0 on the security, +20 on the deck use.
Not my best roll, but it'll do.
Extra for CAS assistance.
Yeah, so... Yep. So you've got their captain, and you've got a copy of everything digital.
Jesus fucking
Unfortunately,
Christ.
anything that was analog sort of burned away.
Yeah, that'll happen. I mean, I doubt, considering the extent of the fire, I doubt even like their hardened safes would have made it through that. Like that was a full ship gutter.
Yeah. It had 11 total components, so it did actually get about halfway to just destroyed.
That'll do it. All right, good job, team. Mission accomplished far and away beyond anything we could have ever hoped for. Juno will report into the Tau docking authorities that the fire has been contained and their warp reactor is now stabilized. The threat has been neutralized. You're welcome.
My God. He's just gonna be sitting there reading through the reports.
Yeah, indeed. Juno will send a reply down to the Major that she unfortunately can't make dinner. She's busy saving what's left of your ship. We'll catch up some other day.
Yeah. So... Savin, does
Yes.
Juno have Jaded? Good, good.
Yeah, I don't have to get a bunch of insanity for
the-
seeing
I know the
60,000
nerds
bodies.
have it.
What, sorry?
Yeah, I know the nerds already have it, so I was a little uncertain
Unfortunately,
about
I did have to take that after Schindelgeist, because otherwise I would lose Juno by this point. The like 30 insanity in one session was pretty rough.
Only a little.
It was
Only a
pretty
little.
rough.
Yeah.
So just the mundane horror of mass graves in space. It's fine. I mean, really, Juno can't even see all that much, so it's fine. Yeah, let's just evacuate the ship. Have Eloa put it into a stable orbit so it doesn't, crash before they or I guess we'll probably have to tow it because I don't imagine they have controls anymore. They're just slagged. So yes, we will have the Vigil tow it into a stable orbit so it does not like fall on a hive. And then leave. Actually, while we're on there, yeah, I guess their sensor logs are fucked anyway, so it doesn't super matter. Making sure they don't know that Maeror was ever took a shuttle off would be nice, if that's still a thing they could ever possibly know. That's a good point, actually. He was just the first person to be smart enough to leave. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. We'll leave now.
Yes. By the time it's finished, yeah, Maeror has gotten back and sent you a message that just
smiley face.
I was not expecting to be that successful.
No, that was remarkable. Good job. We got their databanks too while we were over pretending to do damage control.
Nice.
Jill, just do the finger guns.
All right, so let's do XP.
Oh my
Uh,
fucking god.
Good job, team. That's I'd rank that as probably our most successful mission overall. No one got seriously hurt other than the new guy who no one cares about. We befriended the Eldar. We destroyed a Militant Nox ship. We got all the intel we could ever possibly want. Nobody's the wiser that we're a bunch of space Nazis. And if anything, the tower probably even more impressed with us than usual. So,
All right, let's all break for the rehydrated uh, ice cream.
we did.
We did it.
So, did you explore a new and
Why,
interesting
yes.
location? I think you did. Did you uncover new truth about the Gothic
We finally
sector?
figured out who the Eldar is, who's been helping us all this time, and why. Or at least why she was so particularly brutal to that privateer.
Mm-hmm. Did
Yes.
you? Well, yes, you met Ashadra, so definitely established a relationship. Did you discover a new page in a PC's story?
Juno's incredible ability to diplomatize with literally everybody, including Eldar now,
My god, yes.
to the point that
Yep.
we think there's a psychic phenomenon going on.
I think there's a psychic phenomenon.
It's, if only. If only.
And you very much advanced your investigations, both with the Eldar and just destroying a ship
Thanks, Maeror.
by accident.
We advanced our investigations on the Militum Nox by getting their captain and their databanks. So, I mean, literally and figuratively, we've advanced all of our efforts. So,
250 XP.
Can I argue for a temp fate for talking us all the way out of this entire planet without doing any violence unto people who had the ability to not do violence to us?
And then can you take away that temporary HP because it made DCL sad?
Look, we
Yes.
had fights. So
It wasn't as many. It
So
wasn't
those
as
are the
many.
yes, Merz. Thank you. Excellent.
Yes.
Excellent.
My god.
Can I have a temp fate for being good and not inciting violence when I shouldn't have?
Oh, go on then.
All right. Well, good job, everyone.
Shot.
If you're watching on the stream or YouTube, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time on the webway and tomorrow in 70. Until then, adios and do take care.